Oh, whoa, boom, boom, boom. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. But chat, what happened? Cleared. I want to clear the chat. Reset settings, I guess. I want to clear my chat. There we go. What's up, Lincoln? What's up, Scott? Hold on, chat. Let's see if my thumbnail. Oh yeah, my thumbnail stuff. Hey, scheduled downtime, guys. That's an update or something right there. W. I just watched Peterbot and Aussie Antics win Pro-Am for some reason with Aussie Antics. Yo, are we serious? Is Vaxty actually not going live? I don't know if I'll get on today. It's alright. It's alright. You don't have to. We're watching FNCS. Hold on. What are... Oh, yeah. Like that. Not that. Not that. That. Is Vax Peterbot's duo? Scott. No. Vaxy is... What they got? Can we join? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Peterbot and Polo. I don't know how you didn't know that, bro. Can I click on it? Okay, I can click on it. Oh, did it work? I cannot tell you. Guys? Guys? Guys. We are lagging a little bit. We are lagging just a little bit, chat. On it? On it? Hey, bud. Hey, bud. It's not fair bullying people on hyper. Booga! Did I forgot to check if he was able to join. All right, yeah, he was. All right, so I guess using it on your mouse works, but it just doesn't show. Chat, we're gonna start playing Legends Landing at 6 p.m. So basically anybody can join for Legends Landing. Like there's gonna be no full spots. Like we got a max of 10 people in Legends Landing. So exit early, bro. How lucky is that, bro? We met at exit. That's a creative exit player. Like they're real. It's a real exit player, by the way. Should do with the rat skin? No, I don't want to do it with you, Lincoln. For me, it's 6:35. Yeah, for you, it'll be 7. That's cold ball. That's cold. Ooh, it's cold. Must be some alphas in the atmosphere. I say, ooh, it's cold in here. Must be some alphas in the atmosphere. Oh, it's not reloaded. It's not reloaded. Good thing that we have the best team in the game. Alright, well, it just doesn't work. Quick question, can I leave so I can join? That's not very quick question. That took me 2 seconds. Jeez Louise, guys. These guys are bullying me because I didn't reset my internet before, so it's slow. Jeez Louise. Got early damage. Early damage. Full box. Full box. 100. 100. 200. Taxi's live. Let's go. What's up, Mr. Moderate? The big facts. Big facts today. Faxity runs too many ads, chat. It's so sad. Chat, who we think's winning? Who we think's winning? Gosh dang, it's still 9:10. It's gonna be till like 9:30, bro. Mr. Moderate, you're not on your alt account. Yo, Lincoln, we started our own game. Look up, whatever airplane that is. Buddy, I have my own creator code. Zara, use code Pommelfin in the Fortnite item shop. An Airbus Beluga? Alright, I know what the Airbus Beluga is, but why? And why am I on 0 delay now that I'm on 40 ping? Yo, Lincoln, why did you set it to private, bro? Who do you think you are? So look up in Antov 255. So a cargo plane. I don't think you did. Oh, nobody wants to be in our game then. Airbus Beluga, I know what it looks like. It's kind of wonky. I'm gonna still search it up though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yo, in the flight simulator, I was flying that. Did you say you made a Fortnite map? Definitely not. I never said that. See, now they want to be with us. Yeah, it was definitely Lincoln's fault. It's because Lincoln didn't ready up immediately. Because he unreadied up for a second for some reason. They must have not liked Lincoln or something. I find that quite rude though. Why wouldn't they like Lincoln? Are we actually serious? I just got sold. Couldn't even zoom in. Yo, I want to be back in Lincoln server, bro. Lincoln server was 0 delay. $54. All right. I think you're still muted. Yeah, I'm staying muted. Chat, watch this, watch this. LA 360. That was close, that was close. Are we serious? Stop freaking pushing me. Chat, Mr. Savage quad land, chat. Mr. Savage is going to Germany. Are you excited to watch Mr. Savage at Germany and clicks? I'm most excited to watch Mr. Savage and clicks at land. And Josh Riley. Yo, this kid thinks he's crackly, bro. Not gonna lie, I don't know why you want to be crackly, bro. I don't really like crackly. I was playing with Bushcamp Dad, and he wasn't being family friendly on Bushcamp Dad's stream. That's why I don't like him. Full box. Buddy, that was crackly. That was my kill. I know that you're like a 0 build sweat, but like that was my kill. That was my kill, by the way, crackly. He was popping flowberries and not whites, bro. $180, 180, 180. Full box, full box, full box. Bro, chat, bro. Why am I spawned with this thing again? Bro. We're waiting 15 seconds, bud. Yeah, boy, you're scared. You're scared. You're scared, boy. You're scared. You're gonna build. You're gonna build. Bang. Bang. $200. 200. 200. Hey. Yo, Lincoln, there's too many sweats in here, bro. Lincoln, return, bro. There's too many sweats. I just beat every single sweat without dying, so I'm leaving while I'm up. Hold on, chat. I forgot to turn on optimize game mode on wins. Never mind, I did. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Chat, watch this, watch this. Oh my gosh. Let me check this out. Let me choose. Uh, 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 Hold on, let's just play some duos in this until the end. Until it's time. Before you know the final look at end. Regrets we had them deal. Chat, we wanted to do some opera because I was watching like stuff in science today about some opera. Chat, that was literally opera right there. Alright, lock in, lock in. 14 minutes until we're queuing in. What team? Oh, they're kind of all. Oh, team. Why am I wonking? I'm a little wonky. Why? What am I walking over? The heck? Thought I was walking wonky. I'm Unreal in this? Yeah, I'm Unreal like number something something. Oh guys, we're on a little bit of 50 ping, bro. It sounds like we're on NA West. Hey, by the way, we're on like team 3. All right, yeah, never mind. You saw it. I just can't see my teammate, bro. L. Can't see my teammate's health. I can't even see. Ah! Just got jumped. It's because I'm on 80 ping. Yo! Oh my gosh, no! Oh my gosh, I'm going lagging again. Oh my gosh. Bro, that lag spike just saved me, bro. It gave me excuses. So let's go. Oh, finally, I get to spawn in with one singular weapon. Yo, why are we targeting? Got it? Come on, get finish. Oh my gosh, lucky. Lincoln behind you. Dead. 200. No! How do I respawn? Gotta wait for... Yeah, Lincoln dies too quickly, bro. I should have been sitting there for at least another 10 seconds, bro. Lincoln, you gotta stop dying. $200. Right here. Come on. Come on. Push, push, push. Go, Lincoln. We dead again, Lincoln? Lock in. Stop feeding them free kills, Lincoln. Gotta lock in. Oh, it's Lofty. I saw an ad on Twitch about Lofty. How did I die? I don't want to have to wait. Oh yeah, Lofty's the Fortnite skin. Oh. Bro, why did they not spawn me in with the good shotgun? Hold on, Lincoln, I might say I leave your team for a second, but I'm gonna go right back. I just need to see if I can choose my shotgun for good, like for solo game. Thank you. Before you knew the final curtain, regrets I had it, dear. Oh, da, da, da. My kill dead? My kill dead? My kill dead? I have to deal with this kid? Are you serious? I'm getting griefed. I'm going back to the lobby. I want to be on a different team. I don't want to be a little just swag. I don't want to be on little just swag's team. I'm going on team number none of those. Team number 4 because it's green. It's a better color. Yo. Oh! I'm coming, teammate. I'm coming. I'm coming. I like to move it, move it. Full box. Oh my gosh, Lincoln. I didn't. Lincoln, did you hear me say Alexa, bro? Because my Alexa just turned on and it's very annoying. Why is it listening to me whenever I don't say its name? 200. 100. Let me out, let me out. 200. 200. We're in high ping and we're still cooking this lobby, bro. Yo, I hate high ping, bro. 115 ping. Yo, where'd my teammate go? Yo, guys, where'd my teammate go? Oh, bro, I don't want the seller to be on my team. 100, 200. Oh, we got an OG Chapter 2 Season 2, bud. We got an OG Chapter 2 Season 2 kid in here. 100. 200. Chug, chug, chug. Chug, 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 chug. Chug, 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 chug. Bro, what did I say, bro? Just got griefed. 200. No, bro, I just got griefed again, bro. Yes, sir, bro. W teammate. Bro, who does Lincoln think he is, bro? Watch this, watch this. Bang, bang, bang. Full box. Full box. Dang. $200. Got a drop, got a drop. $100. Lincoln, land on me and follow me. I know how to play these in games. I've played these games before. Yo, Lincoln. How much times I gotta tell you? Played the. Oh crap. No. Oh. Him having siphon stuff, whatever the invincibility, bro, sold. I got my gun by bazooka. Oh no, I'm not joking, buddy. I'm not joking. Go drink. Watch out, watch out. Come on, come on. Come on, this way, this way. Bro, what are you doing? No, no. Do this door right here. Do this door. Come on, come on. I told you so, bro. I literally told you so, bro. Lincoln just doesn't want to listen, bro. I'm better off as solo. This kid just doesn't want to listen, man. I'm doing the best I can. There's no way for us to do good. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, mate? See what I'm saying? Alright, leave, Lincoln. Done with you selling me, bro. I'm literally done with you selling me. Can I join? Sure, Scott. Squatty boy, hurry up so we can ready up. And then I'm gonna go get my dinner. Lincoln, by the way, the only reason we left is because it was actually time for us to queue in. We would have stayed in and I would have let you keep griefing me, but it's time, so we got saved. Alright, ready up, guys. I'm gonna go get my. Actually, I'm gonna wait until I'm in a seat. When you unmute, I don't, Scott. Because, Scott, we learned yesterday whenever we were playing that you don't listen either way. Neither does Amari, chat, though. Scott's better than Amari and Lincoln. Because they don't cuss. I'll unmute whenever I actually play, like, once I'm done with my dinner. Once I'm done with my dinner, I'll unmute. I'll be unmuting once I'm done with my dinner. Scott, are you downloading? Yep. Oh my gosh, I'm so smart. Chat. No way. No way, chat. No way. No way. No way, chat. No way. No way, chat. No way.
Day event. So now we will also have a Friday.
All right, let me see if I can turn this up.
There's gonna be a lower
I can't.
bracket. If you're someone who already bought a 2-day ticket, don't even worry about it. Top left up there, it'll be converted to a 3-day ticket.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get my dinner.
I
See
mean,
y'all in a second.
Kelly Link, there's also $300,000 added to the original prize pool.
Oh my gosh. Also, to see that grand finals have been changed from 6 games to 8 games, so we're going to get even more explosive finals action on Sunday. Zeke, I can't wait. I'm so excited to watch it all.
Super excited. Cannot wait for the summit. Big changes kind of coming. Of course, you know, Zeke, we have this little interesting opportunity here today, the second chance qualifier. We, of course, did just watch those grand finals over the course of the weekend, but we already have 100 players that are qualified to the summit. And here are going to be all of those teams for anybody who needs a little bit of a reminder. Crazy stuff over on NA Central. We know, of course, Curve and Veno. Incredible performance there. We had some more qualifiers. Peter Bonfolio, Visual Praise, all names that we are very familiar with. Now, of course, you know, these guys are like some of the best teams on NA Central, the region, which leaves us with the fact that they are already qualified for the summit, which means that they do not need to play today. So it kind of creates this interesting dynamic where 13 of the best teams on the region are already qualified and they're not going to be playing today. So the players that are going to be playing today have this interesting little opportunity to go ahead and clutch up while it's kind of not facing some of those top teams.
But let's talk about that. Let's maybe break that down a little bit more, Viv, because you've got some stats for us lined up. So if we had to kind of talk about some of the stats for today, what are some of the things you're excited about seeing as we bring some of these up? Because, man, you know, Kelly, Viv, there's some cool stats here for sure.
Ooh, of course, looking at the FNCS Finals appearances, having 320 under the 100 players that we already have. But I'm actually going to take a quick look at the bottom of this list right here, because players with 0 FNCS Finals, 31. But players with 0 LAN Finals is 93. So the consideration that we might have a player or a team that has not even been in an FNCS Grand Finals go to a LAN is pretty wild.
Those finals appearances actually kind of match up with the numbers that we were seeing in heat. So the competition for this second chance qualifier is still going to be pretty fierce. Not to mention there's 38 Major 1 grand finalists here. Teams or players that kind of already had an opportunity to qualify to the summit. And we know over the course of the weekend, you need to get top 13 to qualify to the LAN. But today it's going to be a little bit harder because you're going to have to get top 7. So are those returning players, are they going to be able to clutch up today? It'll be interesting to see.
But Viv,
That was
how many
rough.
points would you imagine we would need to
Yo, guys,
clutch
my
up
ping's a
to
little
be
crazy.
in
Like,
that
it's
top
a little
7?
unstable.
Break it down with more stats.
Must have been because I closed my door, chat.
Numbers, man. There's so many numbers. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get a little bit of a reference point to see what we can kind of expect. So I went ahead, I took a look at grand finals that just happened this weekend.
Yeah, my internet's a little laggy, like
format with the placement and the eliminations. So if you take a look at it, the first,
you know, it's still a little
there
laggy,
will be
but
NAC top 7 from just day 1 points. So that was going to be 262. If you go down a couple of lines, it'll be NAC top 7 from just the points that teams were able to secure on day number 2, right? That was going to be the top 7 threshold. As you can see, 262 to 294. Maybe we can kind of guess that it's going to be around like 280. And we were kind of seeing a similar thing over on EU when we took a look at the grand finals points over there as well. And then I also wanted to take a look at, Kelly, the biggest game that we kind of saw over the course of the weekend, which was 105 points. Just to kind of give us a little bit of a reference point to what we can maybe expect.
What are y'all expecting,
boys?
boys?
Accomplish in like a last game needed scenario.
You know, if we're talking about expectations and using EU as a reflection, I would love to see a team win 3 victory royales in this game or in this lobby, because Akira and Kurama were able to do that. So one team's got to be able to do that for North American Central, right, Zeke?
Gotta make it like 4, right, Kelly? So that's the only way that we could do this. Well, you know what, guys? As we prepare ourselves, why don't we go meet up with MDF and Jacob PR, your casters for today.
Thank you so much, Zeke. And one thing I know for sure,
Got a weird
is
little
today
aftertaste.
is going to be full of chaos, just because those 13 teams that already qualified to the Summit LAN are no longer in this lobby does not mean it's going to be a cakewalk at all.
No, definitely. I mean, we have teams that we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on, one of which might just be fully contested. You have Bucky and Zen, right, Jacob? This is, of course, one of the many popular teams showing up this weekend. One of the more exciting
Good
ones
stuff
we
right
wanna
here,
talk
chat.
Yeah, this is a team. We saw them in heats. They did get a victory royale to qualify to the FNCS Grand Finals. Unfortunately, they fell a little short. Contested drops, that's what's going to do it to you today. They landing at Sandy Strip. So although they are going to be contested, Monster, it's a much better drop spot. And that kind of leads to the next storyline. And we know what Bucky can do in big moments. This is Zen's chance to shine. We all know him as the guy you want on your team in Zone Wars. But this is a moment to be the Zone Wars guy and move into an FNCS superstar. We got some highlights here. He clutched up a big solo win just to get to this lobby.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of hype around Zen. He's definitely been having his moments. Performing just yesterday to bring him to this, portion of the stage here is definitely impressive, Jacob. And that's really why we're giving him the little extra spotlight, the nod that we've been watching what's been going down out there. And for him in particular, he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders now, because can he basically make a jump to his first land? It's the real question here, Jacob.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of questions as the day goes on. A lot of them will be answered quickly. A lot of them will take the full 6 games. We'll catch up with you guys later. Back to Zeke, Kelly, and Vivid to break down the rest of the teams.
Ow.
Thank you, guys. I think if we took all of the things that they just said and we kind of summarized to like a one-liner, it would be Zen is him. Okay, let's take a look at the lobby list. Who will we be seeing
They're glazing
here in the second chance qualifier? Here's a look at the first 25 names. Let's go ahead and start with Iamzo and Josh. So here we are in the second chance qualifier. This is a high profile duo, right? I mean, like, there's just no way these guys don't end in that top 7.
Oh, well, I mean, don't jinx them, Zeke, my goodness. But yes, Josh and Iamzo, as far as it goes for accolades and everything,
What was
they're
that?
probably the most notable team that we have in the competition right now. Landing over in Storm Station, which is where we saw Acorn
Hey, did
and
y'all hear that?
Colts
What's up,
land over
Amber
there.
Moore?
Obviously, they have tons of real estate. They have a lot of opportunities for rotations with the static launch pads. And as far as
Some good
endgame
stuff.
goes, we know these guys
Yummy.
in low ground, the front of low ground, warriors going for those eliminations. And I think that's something that we can probably expect to see them as well today.
Yeah, would love to kind of see them control the low ground. I think we saw a lot of teams kind of find that position to be successful over the course of the weekend. And if we take a look at who actually won Grand Finals, Curve and Veno, this new formation of teams that's kind of hit the spotlight when it comes to Fortnite competitive, where you take a vetted player and pair him up with like this young gun who can really find you all of those eliminations. This is kind of like a similar team, right? Iamzo, that vetted, experienced player. And then you have Josh, who's kind of expected to be the mechanical player, the young player who can kind of find those eliminations. So in terms of forming of this team, they've got the right building blocks here to be exciting to see if they can clutch up and get top 7, but they are looking like favorites.
Ooh, love to see that. Why don't we talk about the next duo as we bring that lobby list back up? So this duo actually newly formed for the second chance, right? It's actually Kingling and Craze. So coming into this stage of the competition, making it here now with a second chance on the line. Being newly formed, Kelly, do we think this duo can take it all the way? Can they end in that top 7?
Well, when you say newly formed, we have to add the asterisk to it because they've actually played together going all the way back to the start of Chapter 7, Season 1, and they had relative success. But obviously, they broke up, and we had Kingling go play with a Thief, where Craze ended up playing with Bugha, and they both did end up making it pretty far, but unfortunately not able to qualify themselves to Dusseldorf. But when I look at this duo right now between King and Craze, what I think of is explosiveness, Vivid. I can expect a lot of craziness from the mid-ground, and honestly, they're probably going to be going for height. Maybe sometimes they're going to be going on the low ground. Can't really predict from this duo.
Yeah, flip the
Chat,
script.
I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna get seconds because this is some good chicken.
Spotlight of experienced and
Be
a
back.
young, newer
Okay.
player.
My
Because
headphones
this
just went
team,
into the-
I gotta tell you,
Oh.
looking at their
I'll be back.
FNCS Finals appearances, they only have a combined number of 8. So both of them are gonna kind of be like new to these sort of lobbies. I will say though, usually when we take a look at new players entering the light of like a fixed lobby like this, usually the toughest thing for them is Storm Surge. However, taking a look at their drop spot, they are going to be uncontested with a ton of teams around them that are going to be contested. So there is actually opportunity there for them to go ahead and conquer Storm Surge. So yeah, I think they're actually looking good today.
You guys don't think that maybe the pressure of now the second chance lobby forming for this, right? Extra eyes even looking at from the outside looking in going, can these guys even make that top 7? Is that going to be enough to break the duo? Do you think they're not even thinking about it, right? They can't let these thoughts enter because they have a job to do today.
I do wonder what the mental state is for a lot of our teams going into this, because we know that there are so many differences when we see the last chance qualifier and then when we see a grand finals lobby, even from what we see in the heats. There's a much different meta. And so I'm wondering, going into this, have they already experienced, you know, success and then failure and then like, oh, they've already given up? Or is this going to drive them more? Are they going to try weirder things now because this is like a second chance? I don't know, Vivid.
No, I think they're going to be fine, right? You kind of mentioned it. Both of these players got to, dip their toes in the water over the course of the weekend. They experienced a grand finals. Second chance qualifier should be a little bit easier. You don't have those 13 top teams over here. So no, I think they're going to do fine. I think a little bit of the pressure is actually taken off today.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Let's bring up that lobby list one last time. This time, we will flip on over to page 2 to kind of give you a more complete picture of who all will be competing in the second chance qualifier. A final duo to talk about here, Shadow and Virgo. So, we've seen these guys pop off already, right? And now we are here in the second chance. This has to bode well, right, Kelly? Like, we've seen pop-off performances from them before. Placing top 10 feels pretty doable.
Oh, it feels definitely doable. I mean, you talk about pop-off performances. If we watch the qualifiers for this second chance, Shadow and Virgo ended it off with 153 eliminations. The next the next highest was 110. So they are definitely doing well as far as eliminations go. And it's Shadow and Virgo. Vivid is a big fan of them, so I'll let him take it from here.
I mean, I really am just a big fan of these guys. I swear, every single time I see Shadow in an FNCS Grand Finals lobby, because he's been consistently finding his way there. I'm like, yeah, I swear that guy has potential, man. I really want to see him pop off. And it's easy to look at this duo as being favorites when you just take a look at the play-in portion of
they're
the
showing
second chance qualifier, which happened yesterday, where, of course, they did get first place, 556 points. But even
what happened to Virgo?
Like grands, right? Scrims, the heats, play-ins prior to that, they really did look like a very good duo. And the eliminations Virgo, really would just stand out. Obviously, it stood out in the play-ins yesterday, 153, the team that got the most. But that was the trend even prior to this
another
second
thing,
chance qualifier. They were
thing of chicken
finding
for me to
wins
eat.
in scrim games, they were constantly finding eliminations
Taking
over
down
there
the
as well.
chickens.
So this duo is really flying under
The
the radar
vegans
right now,
among
and I'm
us.
happy that we get a chance to see them
Chat,
play
is that
today.
Aura?
That's right,
It's
man.
Aura right there.
Only a little bit longer before we kick off the competition. I want to get your guys' kind of thoughts. This being the second chance qualifier, we have 6 games to make something happen. We have to end top 7. Where are you guys at on your hype levels? I mean, we've never done one of these before, right? So first time for everything.
Oh, I'm a little hype. I'm a little scared and nervous. I don't know. I would say, let's say a 6.
I mean, listen, I thought we were kind of done with Fortnite until we actually hit the summit, but no, we got this big surprise here. 6 games of Fortnite. NAC always delivers. I'm excited.
Fortnite fam, we hope you guys are locked in and as excited as we are. It is competition time. Remember, we're going to be saying it all games long. 6 games. You need to be top 7 in consistency to head on through to the summit. Jacob PR, MDF, take it away.
Zeke, I am just as excited for today's games of action. I'm kind of sitting comfortable in my chair now, but I know I'm going to be the edge of it by the day is over. Monster, these teams that qualified today, they go to the summit land, but they don't go to day 1. They go directly into day 2. So it makes me wonder, how much does that change things for them?
Yeah, it's going to be a really important kind of scenario here at play, right? You have this second chance now to try to make your way to land, a first of its kind that we've never seen. What's at stake right now? Positioning and overall consistency is just the name of the game. One might argue that the win and you're in condition was a lot easier to get through. So this is going to be a pretty competitive format, Jacob, as far as getting the 7 best teams here from NA and sending them to Germany.
Yeah, and if any of the regions taught us anything, this one is
it has started.
Go down to the 6th and final game to who makes it in. But we got the start of a journey.
We're cheering for Yamzo, chat. This isn't a Yamzo love party. It's a little weird, but that is a little weird, but it's like a good pro,
All right, Jacob.
Yamzo, Josh Riley.
Enough's enough. We get to jump in this battle bus one more time. Almost a surprise battle bus, if you will. Even ourselves had, just found out, like, oh, snap, we get a whole broadcast for this.
Dead.
This is exciting. So what a treat for us. We get this NA competition here on hand. Kicking things off, we already see new teams as well forming together, right? You got Skittle and Cam Slam here. That, to me, was also a surprise coming into the qualifier yesterday to even see what teams made it to this final stage.
Yeah, and already you're seeing something that we didn't necessarily see in the finals, a contested side of the Battlewood Boulevard, the north side overall. And that's something that Vivid mentioned. With 13 teams out, you got a whole slew of spots that are opening up, teams immediately trying to take advantage. This is where Curve and Venom, or FNCS champions, actually did land, and you can kind of see why players are moving in this location. Sharkman and Yuz, they missed out on that opportunity, but this is the second chance, and sometimes that's all you need. He's going to stay alive now and try to create some distance
Chat, who we
between
think's
him
winning?
and Cam and his duo on the other side, so that way he at least has an opportunity to get the reboot card and his teammate back in the game.
Both of these duos here are very much experienced players, but Yuz has got to be careful. He's moving straight towards Dragon and Creon there. Team that can obviously hold their own. All in all, though, I mean, it makes sense that teams would want to claim the Battlewood Boulevard. You know, the
Zen!
strategy's already been played out. The playbook, if you will, is out there. Zen and Bucky, though, the team that obviously we
Let's go, Zen. Let's go.
Out here now that we're in the second chance
Zen,
kind of
Bucky,
format.
Yamato,
Obviously,
Josh
they have a
Riley.
chance
That's who
within
we're
the
cheering for.
Finals, you know, trying to make their stake, their claim to land. However, this is their redemption opportunity.
And I know we kind of see a lot of contested fights. Sometimes they go head-to-head just like this. Other times, try to disengage on out. Sandy Strip, in theory, is going to be big enough. But Bucky said it himself, we are fighting here. No matter who lands here, 2 teams, 3 teams, heck, you can send the whole lobby. They're ready to duke it out. And already you kind of see shades of that happening. Bucky trying to get a whole nother angle. This is where things might slow down just a little bit because the material count. That's a whole different level of confidence when you're able to push in, take control of the pieces, and try to go for some big shots. And Bucky right now has a lot of those materials for the duo.
Yeah, also just the ammo starting to run low as well, so you can tell this is being pretty dragged out, and all sides have done very little farming. Even
Yo,
Zen
why
has
is
to
Kanata
focus
fake
the
laughing,
here.
bro?
Swap into the pistol for now. Meanwhile, Bobby and Kicks just playing ultimate low here, trying to buy some time, trying to maximize whatever material counts they can get. Tough spot to be in if you're Bobby and Kicks. Better spot for Bucky and Zen, who are kind of dictating the pace here.
And I like this idea.
All right,
but they're
all
not
right. Bucky and
necessarily
Zen
disengaging
doing
in terms
good.
of like leaving the actual POI altogether. They realized what's happening and how their opponents are playing that fight. You don't want to stay stagnant in this position, not being able to farm up and to loot. So Zen and Bucky, they're just going towards the outskirts of the actual POI, getting some extra loot, but you can see they keep looking in that direction, Monster. They're ready to fight it if it still comes down to it and if that opportunity opens up. But as that one slows down, we go to the other side of the map where Yamzo and Josh. Yamzo for a while now, community talking to him. He's the future of Fortnite. He's that guy. And then he teams up with Josh, who honestly, him being here, you know, he got that PC from Click, so you almost got to thank him for getting this big opportunity here now playing with Yamzo. They have been lighting up the leaderboards, and honestly, I would be surprised to not see him at the Summit Land.
Yeah, and then you have the Josh recent signing as
All right,
well,
Dragon.
right? So a lot of good things happening for the duo. At least now, you get to see how they perform. That's, I mean, honestly, an easy shoe-in here for top 7. As is, I feel like Shadow and Virgo, right? There are definitely some teams here that are strong, very, very strong duos that we expect to do well. It is just going to come down to a matter of can they step up to the expectations the community has of them. Rising Curly on the other side. One of those teams that just
Chat,
came
you
up
know what's gonna
short.
happen. I'll be back, but I'm not getting seconds this time. I'm just gonna drink my
Love this duo here,
sweet
Jacob.
tea, and then
I like it.
Me and
for,
Scott will
you
probably
know,
queue into a new
Rise,
game
you know,
so I can
we've
get it
seen
full.
him around FNCS for years. You probably longer than me. You've been a mainstay on the broadcast for quite a while. You know, just coming into this, you know, he hasn't had the best teammate options, but it almost goes to show like his passion. When he's passionate, when he's dedicated and putting the time in the game, he has some good duos. He has some good chances, but when he's not, that's when you see a slip up. I think this Rise is passionate. He's dedicated. He's playing with Curly. Again, we talk about the experienced players kind of playing with the new guard. That's another example here. And they're uncontested this time around. So I do have high hope for them, especially Rise being one of the better IGLs in the region overall. But you're seeing how this one's playing out. The zone is kind of pulling these teams towards the south overall, maybe the center of the map. And so for the teams that are landing on the outskirts, they're more focused on rotating in toward the zone, gaining some scraps. You see Yemity here along with Avenger. They are missing a ton of metal, which is one of the most precious resources that we have. And this is kind of the name of the game. Stay away from those early game fights. Keep your surge intact and just trying to figure out what fills the rest of your load.
What's up, bro? I'm new. Can you add
I'm a
me
bit
on?
concerned though when I see teams stay this long in the storm early on. We've seen it. come
Amari's
back
not
around
real.
and bite them multiple
Amari
times
is
now
not real.
throughout the last couple weeks here.
Amari, bro,
on
you are
the
not real.
Main stage.
You're not
I feel
real,
like it's
Amari, bro.
inevitable. But for now, things
Just
are
because you tried to lie to me
pretty
again,
chill.
Amari,
Chris and Drew had,
you can't.
I want to say, a fair amount of success.
If you
in
didn't
their
lie and
fights,
just
at least
ask,
in
can
the
I
early
play
game,
today?
right? We
I would have
saw
let you
Peter
play,
Bot,
but
we saw
since you're
Boya
lying
trying to push this team in. They
again,
really
like
didn't
yesterday you were lying
or
again.
weren't
Like, bro, you're not
successfully
joining.
able to fully
Hey, Scott,
eliminate them.
return so we can get
However,
into
you
a
can
full
tell
game.
that
Bro, what you mean I'm new? Mari, lie to me one more time and you're banned for life, by the way. Oh yeah, let me turn my mic. What's good, Scott?
Hi, Paul.
Yo, Scott, you see Amari in my chat, bro? Look at him lying again.
Yeah. He's saying that he's new, but he's really not.
Bro, he's obviously
If
not
he's
new, bro.
new,
He
then
literally
why
has
he
this.
played with us yesterday?
Yeah, he has the same profile picture and same name. Like, he could have at least switched it up to try and act new.
There's kind of like a household name teaming up with, I do believe,
Amari,
Never
what's
here.
your username?
And they're landing on the south side of the map. We're rotating rather quickly. I'm not a huge
Yeah,
fan
they're
of
on
this
your
side
block
of the map,
list,
or
I'm pretty
especially
sure.
landing here. But if you're able to get some sort
Hey,
of
Paul,
base
this time
setup
are
where
you
the zone is
actually
rotating in this
gonna
direction, you're gonna be faring
Yeah, I'm gonna play
very,
this time.
very well compared to most of the other teams that have to rotate.
Yay.
Yeah, bro, you're dot
Sam is
new.
favoring, Eastern
He
and
just
I
couldn't.
just switched.
Look, Scott,
This
he
is
just
the
confirmed it
best.
even more, Scott, bro. He just said his username that I banned yesterday. Just confirmed it even more. Banned for life, by the way. Unless if he promises not to lie ever again. And if I catch him lying again, banned. He's out of here. If he lies again.
Forever.
Yep.
Wait, you still need to go on the team.
Yeah, hold up. We gotta hope that there's a free team that we can go in.
Like what they're
Wait, let me
have
get
going on
an
here,
iron
though. Look
pump.
at the loadout.
real quick.
Things seem to have been going well for them.
I need an iron pump.
Kind of another one of
It
those
takes
teams that you're
you
talking
and
about.
mobility.
Breaking up
Need-
after
Pinky
the
promise not to lie? Alright, we'll see, we'll see.
25th,
Aw, dang, Scott. Wait, Scott. Wait,
together here.
wait.
And there was a lot of hope for the
Scott,
Dolls
what
here
team are
and
we?
Ishu
Oh my gosh, we
duo,
can't even join a team,
Money
Scott.
and his duo.
We're not gonna be on the same team.
Able to execute. This is the second
Wait,
chance.
let's
Sometimes
go.
you gotta
Let's
push
see
that
if we're in
memory
the
so
team.
far
We're not gonna be on a
back of
team,
your
bro.
mind,
No.
It's just no longer even there. It's not necessarily
Can
going
we
to be
just
a
team?
non-factor, but you see the zone.
Oh yeah, let's just team for now. Until full spot gets open.
Where are
So
you?
there are a couple of mountain
I'm in
ranges
on
in
the
play
hill
here
thing.
for Vert and Taki. They don't necessarily have control over them, but any teams rotating off of that mountain is definitely going to be in their line of sight.
There's a favorite for Shadow in Virgo.
Tom, do you
Shadow's
see me?
competitive journey since
No, I
I've
don't.
met him. But at his first LAN
I'm
actually
on
was a
top.
little local
I'm on
tournament here
the
in
screen.
Texas.
I'm on.
He was such
Oh
a
yeah, I
Right
see
in
you.
front of one of the
sweet young
screen.
boy. And now look at him.
Wait, are
all
you
grown
shooting
up,
at me?
making his way
No,
to
that
grand
wasn't me.
finals. Just an incredible story for him. And he's only gotten better every single year. You know, Vivian
Mom,
kind
I'm
of kept talking
coming.
about, hey, we see him popping up.
Yep.
We keep having these high hopes, these high expectations. And year after year, he's slowly improving. Is that a second though, Evan?
Is it next?
Pure BX jumping into things, getting their hands dirty here, finding their first set of eliminations onto a team.
No.
Taking them down.
Okay,
Now
so
she's
who's-
ready to get to look at the player count.
Wait, no, Palm. They could
By
be more
far the
than three
most,
people on a team.
congested
I'm telling you the
we've
truth,
seen.
with the
I
kid
mean,
you're playing
even
that
since
talk
the
too
Heat
much,
stages, I don't think we've
like
had
he
any
can
zone
never be quiet.
approaching zone
Amari, do we?
3
I
with
mean,
that
Scott, do we
many
ban
players.
Amari because he's hating on you now?
Just trying to think as you're talking, like, was it Heat? No.
Yeah.
Fine.
Look at his chat, bro. He's
No.
hating on you.
Oh,
Tell me if we should ban him.
Stage in the tournament process where we had
Yeah, let me
89 players alive.
Yeah,
at
check it.
fourth Zone just kind of shows
We don't
like the
support hate in our
second chance.
stream.
A lot of these players' last chance here, and they're really putting it on the line. There's only 6 games instead.
Yeah.
No room
Ban
for
him?
mistakes because that one game could set you
Scott,
behind
for
10
sure, ban
points.
him?
You see a couple more teams trying to rotate
Yeah.
in off that mountain that I was
All right, say
talking
your
about
final
from
words, Amari.
Dominion. So you're seeing the shockwaves come and play, and that's just going to leave you open to
Can't they do
getting
it for
tagged out from
24
teams around the
hours on
outskirts.
that?
No?
Ready and
All right, that's your
waiting for
final
other
word?
teams to rotate first, even though
That's your final
Scarecrows
words?
sit
All right,
barely on that
banned
line. They have
in.
all the time in the world
Sorry?
to fix
Oh
their
no.
position
Sorry
a few
doesn't
inches.
help you this time.
Gotta be careful with that.
That's your
Now,
5th
Josh
strike,
Allen
by the way.
looking nearby as well, trying to
5th
see if
strike
he can
within
make
less
move.
than 2 days.
Big fan of
That's quite
sticking
embarrassing.
Together here. Definitely a team that has that rapport with one another. Looking at the feed though, not sure
Mom,
what
where are
happens in there.
you?
Possibly falling
I'm on the
into
mountain.
Storm. We'll keep tabs on that
A
team.
mountain.
Jumping up to 91 players now as players get
There's
promoted.
trees.
A lot of activity in play here. Meanwhile, you have Electro trying to rotate on the outskirts. Scare putting in good pressure from up top. Yamzo, Josh Riley try to go for one of those exchanges. Clearly, they end up on the losing side of it.
Storm Surge is going to activate. We knew this was coming. 91 players still up, and there's going to be a good chunk. We saw Josh Yamzo
200.
less than 100 above the damage threshold.
I'm not
I
hating.
think that
Oh yeah,
is
you're
what
definitely
we
hating,
face
and
for
you're
a
lying
portion
because he
of
doesn't
this
even
game
talk
and
that much, bro.
a portion of these teams.
He doesn't even
So
talk
if you
in a
do
while.
get that max
He only
goal, you have to
screams.
be quick to rotate. You have to figure out
He
a
doesn't even
plan
talk,
before it
so
comes
we
into
can
play.
tell that you're lying.
Some teams might not necessarily be in that same scenario, though. You see Pure, you see Evan, they have options here. It looks like they're rotating towards
where are
Scrimmage Short.
you?
There
Wait,
is
it's on
a
the
whip
mountain?
here that they could try to utilize.
Bye bye, Amari.
Pulling towards the south, they're going to have to go through a congested part of the zone if they actually want to make it there.
Have to be very careful.
Amari
not to
is
cross
gone
path
for
with a
good,
team that
Scott.
has
Amari
a
is
need
gone
for
for good.
Storm Surge. They're one of the few that actually has 3 eliminations in the game right now. You can tell.
Because that guy
Even
was
from
hating on
this
you
one
and
right
he was
here,
lying.
how quickly they were to beat
Yep.
Like, how dare you hate on
That's
Scott?
saying
shots
that
there
he
and
was
come out, of
new.
course, ahead.
Actually, how dare you hate on the big Scott?
Mom, that's me.
Talk about teams that already
You
Oh, yeah,
just
you're right.
shot
the
at.
surge boss.
You're right, you're right.
I just
Surely
shifted the
have a
person.
lot to
You're
be
right, you're right.
desired here.
You're right, you're right.
As they're hanging at the Dark Dominion trying to play
Hi,
for the vending
Mom.
machine. Just buy themselves some time.
You're
but
getting shot at.
Ow! We're getting shot at.
be
You're
forced,
getting shot at.
essentially, I was going to say, like, key a team or something.
He's not shooting at me.
There's too many teams in a storm that are below.
That's
Yeah,
hard.
Full box,
because you
Scott.
see
Full
here,
box.
Avenger,
Full
yeah,
box.
They're 16 above, right? They can rotate to zone perfectly and not take a single stretch, but they can still fall below the damage threshold because of other
Oh,
teams on that
tell my
leaderboard being
teammate.
active, getting
He's over
damage. Yes,
there.
they take a couple
He's
of
up
shots
there.
there. They do fall below.
That's
And
my
the
teammate.
instant
I'm hoping
they
my
do
teammate
is
out.
active storm surge every 7 seconds, 25 damage.
That didn't
So
work.
if you're below that,
Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? Got an eye
Sneaking
Joe.
up on me.
Trying to push up on the JoJo Fishy and Aoxy. They get the eliminations here, but they're still not above the threshold.
Yeah, that was an incredible play that would land on the teammate, but now you have an
Bro, Scott, the game's completely full.
So Avenger doubles back into the storm
I
instead of
told your
chasing
teammate,
down elimination so that they can get the most out of their mist, Flowberry mist here. And I do respect the play, but definitely risky. Might have been better to just split up and go for the damage instead. Avenger with a desperate shockwave and spray and
think
pray
you're
there,
shooting
but
me.
it's just
No, I'm
not
shooting
gonna be
this kid.
enough now. 99 damage below. And there goes the last surge.
Scott, stop shooting into my box.
Me.
Go
Okay.
into somebody
Oh, is
else.
that
Scott,
King? Yeah,
see what you did.
King, crazy
Look what you
shot
did,
down
Scott.
there from
Look what you did.
I get.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
Not necessarily. I want to see
I
Craze
couldn't
get the
distract
shine,
me.
but that's just one
Never
of those
mind.
I dropped my
mentalities here
pistol.
where he doesn't care if he gets the spotlight. He doesn't care if he's MVP. He doesn't care anything like that. He just wants to perform well. And that's one thing for certain. I've seen Craze from the start of the year up until now go through roster mania on his own, but more times than not, he is performing well, barely missing out of qualification in some moments.
100?
So you see
100?
the brand
100?
new teammate here in King, somebody who's
From
actually
200?
getting his own shot as well, King. If they can pull up in 6 games, get one of those 7 spots, rise the main stain to FNCS. He's calling this his own last dance here. He's getting a second chance here, 146 above the damage threshold. A ton of trust in Curly here to perform.
200?
They got a max pull. They are 146 above the damage threshold, and that is going to be something in the back of their mind as they rotate.
200?
The intuition's very good here to recognize that this might be a free
200?
opportunity, a good fight to take, but no, they end up second guessing themselves and off they go. More cautious about the storm pushing them in and being very far from the rotate. The timing seems perfect now. Look at this. They slip right by, avoiding tons of pressure. And
go.
honestly, they're just early enough before other teams get to set up. Meanwhile, jump into the storm here. You have Zen and Bucky.
Where'd you
Okay,
go?
3 below right now.
I'm
so
at
they
where I've
definitely
always
have
been.
a bit to worry about, but they're not in the worst of positions.
I'm at
They
my
actually
home.
ended up tanking Storm to position themselves dead
Alone.
center now. So Bucky and Zen, I
Alone
think
I
are in a
again.
okay position. You know, all things
Ba-da-dum.
considering, it could be much, much worse.
Bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum,
I like their
ba-dum.
position. I gotta agree with you. 10 times over on that one. The thing that worries me, though, is looking at Bucky's inventory, he has 7 AR bullets. So they're already threading the needle when it comes to Storm Surge. You saw Bucky use some of that medium ammo to kind of bleed through the builds and get themselves above the damage threshold. But eventually that's going to run out. Eventually they're going to need some sort of refresh. Josh Yam, so they're feeling the pressure.
100, he's so good.
I just killed Daffy Duck from 83 meters.
100, and there's about to be a 200, 200, 200. What?
For that body here to see if they can
Was someone
find some
just
desperate
shooting you?
material count here.
Yep.
Already
200?
out of wood.
That
Josh
was
Riley
me.
is riding.
Yo, why are you shooting me, Scott?
See you.
So we start
I
taking a look at the
did it,
wider
though.
picture here.
I was
Osid
trying to
off to the
clarify.
side.
And
Lead
then
team
tell you.
position with a little bit of high ground. Seems like they were
I'm
the first to
coming,
make it to zone. Possibly even a lucky pull there. Every team we're jumping in with, though, has something wrong with the loadout, though, whether it's lack of heals or material count or damage or ammo now. It's a little bit of a
where'd you
world of
go?
problems for
I'm
a lot
Sky
of the
Basin.
favorite teams here in game number 1.
Yeah, I
Hi.
think 91
I'm
players
gonna
up is kind of
come.
foreshadowing how
I
chaotic
see
this was going to
you.
be.
I'm right
Most
behind
of the people
you.
we're seeing are like 120 or less above the damage threshold.
Hi,
You see Bucky here
Bob.
along with Zen. They're able to stay consistent. I talked about the ammo, but you've seen a whole refresh on Bucky. He found what he needed, and now they're on the high ground. This is giving me deja vu of game number 1 in their heats where they were able to pull out a victory royale to go ahead and
No
qualify
way.
for the finals, but they can't slow down either. Curly and Rise, they find a quick elimination here, much needed for the Siphon.
They absolutely needed the damage as well. Look at this. That throws them up 300 above. That was going to be a 200 damage secured there. However, the Storm has done its work to rise here. And ooh, big shots come in now. Pretty desperate position now to be in. Pros don't fake. He just
Frankenstein,
goes
bro.
straight through, commits to the rotate, ends up with Curly here now, safe and sound for now. But Curly opens the box instead of waiting for his teammate.
Hold on, chat, hold on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little bit risky there.
Watching, we're
Now
watching.
2 teams on either side.
Oh, chat, it's in game, we're watching.
Down. But a Flowberry miss comes in. I don't even know who dropped that one there, but Rise is happy to soak it up.
He just needs some damage here, 257. He has no heals. He cannot attempt to out-heal this. 6 players need to go down. Storm Surge will turn off. He's really down to 1 last mini, 214 below the damage threshold. He's really hoping and praying that either somebody makes a mistake or other teams look to get aggressive to try to pick up those points. It can only really take 3 more ticks here. 4 more players need to go down, and this is where he's trying to break through the walls, find any opportunity he can. Players up above and down below. That box that's scared to get the elimination and take Rise out of game number 1.
Where'd you go?
There, I see CDZ and Raven still alive as well here.
Bucky and Zen on height, chat.
Now look at the difference between Bucky, Zen, in
Oh, you're
full
watching
control of the high
it?
ground. Storm Surge no longer capable for them. And this is an optimal position to be in. They also have the win condition, fresh pizza box, couple splashes. This is a lot to work with here for
Bucky and Zen on high ground, bro.
You gotta just
It's crazy.
make it through this next couple of zones
It's like
here.
game number 1 of heats.
Trying to conserve a little bit of material. They go with the shockwave. And hey, we hyped them up for good reason. They might just be walking their way to their first win here, Jacob.
Yeah, this is Zen's chance right now. I talked about going from just a regular old Zone Wars player that has a good reputation to a superstar in FNCS in
Ow.
VR. They're one of the only teams on the high ground. Doesn't look like anybody's going to go up and try to contest them. Maybe not yet. There goes Stiff, Eulogy, Shadow, Virgo. Yamzo's left by himself.
Yamzo left
He's
by
not gonna
himself.
go
He's
for
a
it.
solo.
Josh gets eliminated. The last splash is going to be used.
Yamzo with no heals. Bucky and Zen on height.
Left. Yamzo is going to need a miracle because it's only
Yamzo needing the solo clutch for this.
Barely any placement points so far for everybody's efforts.
Yeah, that
Yamzo
was a
dead.
Push for Yamzo and Josh there. They try to just solo into a box and
That is sad.
get crashed on, and they needed that refresh there.
At least our second team
Look at this.
is doing good.
Bucky, Zen going back at it, but look, that ultimate high ground hold here is costing
The second
so
team that we were
much.
cheering
Yes,
for
they're
is doing
earning
good
the
right now,
placement
so
points,
we're
but
chilling.
now they're starting to run out. They weren't able to get the
Scott, we can get on the same team. Let's go.
Veer are doing here. 5 eliminations now. Things are starting to rack up for the team in the mid layer.
Yeah, they're almost to halfway in the placement points. They got Elim.
Scott, come on.
Adds to the total. Evan goes down. Threats immediately finds back-to-back eliminations here. A third opportunity there, but they realize it's mainly focusing
Alright, we'll just
on
keep it
getting
there.
the zone. That should be the plan. Stay away from all the danger. Jace goes up. Liam as well. Bucky and Zen, they're just nowhere to be found. Up until now, they said, hey, you might take our high ground, but it's not going to be for free.
Let's go, Zen.
And respect Jace's play there. there, jumps into the
Sin and
start for
Bucky
a
just
little
got
bit,
their height
keeps
stolen
Bots
by
up
a
top.
solo.
Liam still, and the end will control the high ground. And now Liam just takes a glance around, makes sure the coast is safe, and it surely is. And he's up top, and he's actually so gapped between him and the rest of the competition. He's got nothing to worry about. Down he comes here. Zen's still alive, though. Clutching up to top 5 there in the end. It's Shadow who takes him down. So you have Shadow still alive, too, playing this out as a solo.
Scott, go to the right team. Come on, come on.
This win is
Scott, come on.
It's going straight to Liam and Jace here.
I'm just trying to figure out where's that solo at. Cam behind enemy lines. This could be a thorn in the size. He looks for
Scott, go on this team.
First shot's gonna land, but unfortunately he falls all the way
All right,
down.
now we're on the
No.
Where 20 Neko look to try to get this elimination on the solo player.
Hey, play?
By himself.
No, I'm watching.
That's 4 points. That's a
Okay.
refresh. Every
20.
when he falls
20
down,
dead.
too short. Virgo gets the elimination. Shadow as well joining hands. It's almost
Wait,
like a 2v2, but Cam is still
The
alive.
thing just
Yeah,
started.
definitely. They want these extra
This
positioning points here, and
round.
of course eliminations to go with it. Shadow
I see a kid, I see a kid.
by Jace and Liam in the end, and just like that, they win with 8 eliminations, Jacob. And really, it could have went either way.
No, it definitely can. It was looking like a Bucky and Zen game for
I just saw a kid. I don't know where
ran
it
out
is.
of
I
build.
see
They
him.
invested everything early. So Jace, congratulations along with Liam. Game number
On
1
you.
has never looked easier, Zeke.
Right, Jacob? We
Got bro, I
this
told you.
is the momentum we need to get ourselves
Okay,
started
coming.
here in the second
100?
chance qualifier, right?
200?
Only 6 games
100?
available. We need these big pop-off games immediately, right, Kelly? Just start to get game 1 and go ahead and say, you know what? Little VR, just bring us some 8
Do you
on
invite
top.
me?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, these pop-off games can definitely set them up to have a more easy go at it.
200?
As the remaining 5 games
On
go,
us,
where
another
they're
kid,
not
another
so
kid.
constantly getting top 3 in a bunch of eliminations. Now they can kind of just coast, honestly.
The
Honey?
other kid is over here.
Yeah, I know. We're just...
Literally, by
Scott, you're not looking at the other kid.
game number 1, you are solidifying yourself.
Oh,
on
there's
the top of
another
our leaderboard.
kid.
So now it just
I see him. I see
200?
him. I know where he is.
Like,
Nice.
Yeah, they have a huge
On me, on me.
jump
Yeah,
start
five
on the
true
rest of the
cats right
competition.
here.
And I gotta tell you right now, this is looking awesome for Liam and Jace. Jace is actually one of those players who has never
200.
qualified to a grand finals before and is now a
Scott, we're almost in
brother
first. Lock
who
in.
qualified to a land before a grand final.
There's another
It'd be
kid.
great to see,
That-
yeah, this is
200.
a classic game though, right? We keep seeing it time and time again on this region. A little bit of a late high ground take wins you games.
Bro,
Dude,
I'm one
super
tap.
late, right? Like 10th, moving, flipping on over to 11th. I mean, you know, we saw it all. Grand's long height is a path to success.
In the bush?
Right, so I'm excited to see how players adapt because
Bush.
again, we only have 5 more games
Bush.
in this second chance qualifier.
Not
Players
over
are
here?
gonna do everything they can to take advantage of
He's
it.
over
Now, with that being
here.
said, that was just game number 1.
Mark
We gotta
him.
go to a break. When we come back, we start to prepare ourselves
Dad.
for game number 2. So we'll see you real soon.
Oh, there's another kid coming. He's up. I have 267 ammo in my shotgun. No, I'm dead. Oh, no, one tap. I need slurp. Dude,
I'm popping slurp. I'm popping slurp.
Sorry. I see him. Never mind, I don't anymore.
100, 100. Down here, down here.
He's with me.
There's 2 kids, bro, Scott. You gotta stay aware. $100. No! Scott, land back on him. They're low.
Right here.
Bro, Scott.
No. I hit him for like. What?
Land back on him, Scott. Let's go, let's go.
142. Coming.
100. 200, 200.
One shooting me in the sky from far away.
100. Scott, where are you, bro?
I'm right here.
Then go push, bro. Scott.
No! That hit him! That
You're
should've
selling,
hit
Scott, bro.
him.
Scott, you're selling.
My marker was off him.
200.
There's also a kid over here. Oh, it's the same kid who killed us. Dad.
100.
Dad and Mystic
200.
Iron Pump.
Scott, on us. Scott, come on, bro.
I think that's... What?
Yo, Scott, bro, get off my team, bro. If you're not gonna help.
Fly. I'm trying to come.
You're not gonna help, Scott. Get off my team, bro.
It's good on me. Dad.
Did you cracked?
Welcome back to the second chance qualifier. Game number 1 goes on over to Liam and Jace with 8 elims. But now with 5 more games to go, we have to kind of start looking at not only the
Scott, on us?
leaderboard to kind of start talking about what's
All right, Scott,
going
get ready.
on,
I'm letting him in.
but maybe start making some
100.
decisions, 'cause with only 5 games
200.
left to go. You know, Clay, there's only so much room, but still, it's all good, right? As we kind of start to take a look at the standings and kind of see what
On
we
us?
saw in that game, Bucky and Zen kind of making some
100.
moves there, Kelly. We saw him on the high ground a little bit. I was like, okay, all right.
Go push him. Go push him.
No.
Big moves coming from Big Bucky, of course, on high ground there, taking it a little bit earlier.
He ran. He ran. Go this way, Scott. Scott, bro, how did you not see him leave?
And they were able to control it for quite a while, but however, it was Liam and Jace that went to
I
a
think I
stop
went too
height,
far.
kind of put a foil into their plans. But you can see
Scott, come on.
right here, Bucky instead going for
Yo,
the
Scott,
early
what are you
rotate
doing?
into the front zone around zone 7.
I'm over here.
Early
I'm
height that we
back.
saw
Yeah, you're
places
literally not
win
listening.
a lot during the grand finals, and then once it went to zone 8, zone 9, kind of solidifying the
100.
control of it. However, just not able to
200.
catch it for the very end, but still doing
Bro, Scott,
a
you gotta
pretty
listen.
good job at the start of endgame there.
Right here, Scott. Right here.
Yeah, they just played this early zone
200, 200.
Ball, right, 6 zone being one of the pivotal points for this team here because they were actually struggling with Storm Surge. As was every other team, by
Scott,
the way.
come over here.
At one point, it was like 4th, 5th zone.
Scott, hide in here. We're in the lead. Come on. You just gotta hide.
Very, very tough for a lot of our players to actually handle Storm Surge that game, but Bucky and Zed made the most of it. 6th zone right there. We're able to kind of get all of their damage needed from all those players kind of rotating over towards Sandy Strip. But yeah, some high ground identity from Bucky and Zed.
Scott, come in.
Would love to see them consistently kind of play for
Hurry
them.
up.
Really keep
Oh
control
my
of
gosh.
that.
All right, we got 5 more games, right? They can make it look clean, right? And if not, we did see Zen pull off a couple solo performance, or solo clutch rather there.
Yo,
so I'm excited
Scott,
to see
get
what
up.
they got for us. Also wanted to
Scott.
highlight threats
I
and
will-
fear.
I
Honestly,
tried to, but then
a
you-
strong starting place. They
That-
ended that game in
you
8th
just
place
blocked
with 8
me.
elims, but they're currently
No,
sitting
you
in 3rd place,
aren't
right? I mean,
following.
we just string a few of those kind of consistent games together, and guys, we could be looking at a top.
Scott, we
7
won. Let's go.
Yeah,
Dance on
we
him.
got to see some
We
low
have
ground
200
teams from like
players.
Shadow and Virgo were in the low ground.
Dance on him,
there.
Scott.
Slinty and Neko
Whenever we
as
get in the
well.
lobby, dance on him.
Fritz and Veer was really impressing me on the mid ground. They did a really good
Dance,
job
dance on him.
focusing on like good angles, taking some shots at the players running down below them, getting those eliminations, just like what we
Yeah.
saw.
All right, Scott, return.
As well as also just
What are we playing now?
Same thing. There just wasn't anybody in the lobby.
Okay. You play box fight, arena box fight.
I just said that we're playing the same thing, bro.
Oh, Tom. Both of us can actually play the. For me, I can play the PlayStation Clicks Cup right now, but
Nice.
I enabled money at Faye and saying that I didn't. But it's okay,
Well, from the mid-ground,
because I don't really want to
I
play
feel like
it.
they have a real big edge
There's
on the rest of the
open
competition.
teams.
So look out for Threats and Veer to
There's
continue
only
to do
4
well.
players.
Again, Storm Surge is going to be a big thing, and Threats is known
Oh,
as one of
go
the
to team
players on this
4.
region that has
There's
some of
literally
the
someone on that
best
team.
aim. So definitely is
Oh,
going to be
team
awesome to
3.
kind of
No,
have him
team
on the deal
5.
here and hopefully carry you to a positive Storm Surge consistently throughout the rest of the games.
Okay. Viv, I'm looking at that top 7 though, right? Remember, we need to end
We have
the day in the
2.
top 7 if we want to go through to the summit. Shadow and Virgo currently occupying that spot now. As you kind of called out at the beginning of the show, these guys had a really strong showing in yesterday's open qualifiers, right? So currently we had a third place with only 3 elims. Like, of course, that's not crazy, but honestly, as a starter game, that feels like this is a good start.
Yeah, I think the thing here is, you know, 3 eliminations is definitely lower than I think me and Kelly were kind of expecting. That was a big talking point about this duo. But the fact that they were able to get third place with only 3 eliminations, I feel like that's really, really good, actually.
Yeah, if you looked at even before where we were at the very end there, they were kind of in shambles. So to be able to survive that long and still get some late eliminations, I love to say it, the pro players that really separate themselves from the pack is not doing right when everything's going well. It's doing well when everything's going wrong.
He's
And I
killing
think that
me.
they kind of exemplified that really well in that game. Shadow and Virgo didn't really have much for the end game, but still able
Someone
to make
just
it.
killed me, and I'm right here.
Okay. I also want to take a look at the leaderboard right now. Josh and Yamzo currently in 18th place. They actually ended that game in 18th with 2 eliminations. A little bit of a slow start for the duo, but I mean, this is Yamzo and Josh, right? Like, we just need one of these super strong games to suddenly be back in contention. And I think with 5 games left to go, Kelly, that's gonna happen, right?
What did I say about cursing Zeke? What did I say about jinxing it? No, it's Iamzo, it's Josh, it's game number 1. Iamzo and Josh are going to be able to look at this, review, and then make a comeback. Once again, Iamzo and Josh are incredibly smart players. So even though they might be a little bit emotional, honestly, I think that just with 1 game done, they're not going to get too oriented just yet. I think that they're going to be able to kind of collect themselves and come back to game 2 with a fresh mindset.
Yeah, when we actually tuned into some of the highlights there from the duo, we kind of saw that they were like 500 above, but that did not tell the full story for the rest of the game. If you were kind of paying attention, when they were 500 above, they also only had like 14 builds remaining right there. And that's because they had to invest a lot of those builds to actually get positive when it came down to the Storm Surge. So one of those duos that was struggling early on, we've already talked about it multiple times. All of the duos really were that game, but kind of surprising to see a duo like Yamzo and Josh struggling with Storm Surge, because you would kind of expect them to do well or a little bit better, being, you know, the experience that Yamzo has.
Yeah, you know, well, we'll just chalk it up to like, hey, they're trying to figure out the meta within the meta that is the second chance, right? And obviously there's quite a bit of pressure right now, right? This is it. This is that second chance. We need to end top 7, right? That was just game 1. No one freak out. I'll do that for us. With that being said,
Yeah, because I'm not fighting.
number 2.
Scott, that means that you haven't killed anyone.
Back on over to the casters to take a seat.
We're gonna go first
Yeah,
and
definitely. I
then
think the pressure to
nice
perform is
one.
real, but hey, the hardest part of the tournament's over. You put your feet on the battle bus, and you got through game number 1, right, Jacob?
Yeah, that's one thing that we learned throughout the stages here and throughout the years. Is game number 1 is usually the most stacked. It's usually where teams are filling each other out. Drop spots could tend to switch up as the day continues on. So we're really looking at the players that have that mental stamina, so that way they can be in bad situations, get out of it, and still have a phenomenal tournament. Monster, these are 5 games left, and I know they're gonna fly by fast.
Yeah, it's looking pretty competitive as well. 60 point is the cutoff now, so you're gonna have to average at least 60 or better to start jumping up the standings. So let's see it here for game number 2.
Like Monster said, 64 points. Shadow and Virgo, as of now, is going to be the line, and I'm going to continue to follow that as the day goes on. But a nice
It's so
win by
hard.
Liam and Jace, 97
And I'm
points. They're gonna get 8
I'm about to
eliminations
kill
as
them.
well. And that's one thing that we learned throughout the
Dad!
finals in general, is eliminations can literally
someone.
carry your point threshold if you're not necessarily consistently in the top 8 or top 5.
Yo, Scott, you've only got 1 kill.
I think
Fucking.
Elims are the literal game changer, you know, all things considering. Talk about such Skittles just catching yells out the sky before you can even touch down. Sharkbait gets tapped a few times as well, so a huge set of damage already swinging in their favor. Surely Cam's gonna find his body, right? You're not gonna let him roll away now. I think he actually does get away.
Dad!
No, they Spotted out Sharkman as well. No real shield on Sharkman. Does find the med kit to at least get up to 100 HP, but not sure how that one's going to last or how long it's going to last. You were right. They do find Yuz though. So Sharkman officially by himself. Checking out the mini-map here, and he's just trying to go towards the south side of the overall POI. But that one's going to be hard because he dragged in Creon on the south side of the actual zone.
Definitely have to continue to see them lurk about. Meanwhile, Bucky and Zen going back to business as usual.
Lucky.
This is different from the last game. No standoff this time around, so Bucky and Zen have confidence surging right now as the stronger team at the Sandy Strip. You know, they might have questioned themselves last time around, allowing Bobby's team to just space down and force themselves to sort of disengage and give them half of the POI not this time. And do remember, because they did that, it cost them a lot of ammunition, right? They actually just decided, okay, we're just going to go ahead and do what we need to do on this side of the drop here, and they let the team live, but now they have this advantage here to work with.
Yeah, I like how they're not necessarily getting greedy either. They know Kix is in the POI somewhere by himself, but depending on what he looted up to start out with, he might not have a gold. He might have to go for that reboot card, so they have all the time in the world. Around Sandy Strip.
Let's go.
They can choose what they want to do. Josh and Iamzo landing at the top side of that mountain. They instantly loot up a couple barrels, a couple chests, and dropped out here. And that's one thing we saw throughout the heat, throughout the last chance, throughout major finals, is that launch pad back here is so valuable because it does allow you to dodge a lot of the mid game. But while you're dodging shots, you're dodging opportunities. And I think that's one of the focal points of why Josh and Iamzo were low on surge going into the end game.
Yeah, the thing is, you can play it either way. You can play it late for rotates. You can play it early for aggressive landing on different teams. So let's see if they make some adjustments. 20 help, just listening to a team nearby. Try to set up the ambush. Unfortunately, that team does not walk into the trap here.
Dad?
They end up exiting out the back. I'm going to get to fishing here. You can see from the bird's eyes view, there's a lot of loot to be had here.
Matter how they want to approach the situation. They want to get surged, they want to rotate out.
I'm 7 kills.
Jump up forward, Rise by himself, currently forced to get rebooted.
Let's go.
I was going to say, no down just yet, but he, at the last bullet from Kiffy, he does actually get the elimination, but it's going to be a 1v1. Almost wish in that situation, Rise.
I'm literally watching the tournament, man. Jeez, the ways.
Oh.
Curly, but with the knock already there, he's just going on the chase. And the longer this one goes, it's not only gonna be hard for Kiffy, but it's gonna be hard for Rise.
Wait, the other team?
That was the other team, or wait, what?
There was a duo in the distance.
I'm not sure because I'm looking at the feed.
Wait,
it
actually,
like he went down to him. I am at
he just back out. You know what? We're not even gonna talk about it. Something happened.
200.
Rise is alive. Curly's alive. We got to keep going.
Oh, Tarzan.
I'm someone who loves to talk a lot. I'm not normally left speechless, but that was a moment there. After today's Games Monster, I got to go back into replay, figure out what happened.
Wait,
But Curly
there's a kid
was
over here.
potentially getting
He's
blessed
landing
there.
on you.
Because getting a revive is
Right
a
here.
much different story than having to get the
100.
reboot, the audio,
200.
giving away your position. So
There's
Rise
also
and
some
Curly,
kids over
if
here
there's
in the
any
bush.
moment in a tournament to pinpoint a miracle, that might be one to see how they go with the rest of this game. Is threats and
Dad?
fear. Good start for them as well, but tested this time around. I'm not sure if it was to start this one up or is somebody lurking
How's this
in
kid
that
got a minute?
direction. That is going to be Traps and his duo. And it doesn't look like they're making a lot of noise, so this might be a lurk play going on. Oh, yes, it is.
Like the
Scott, we got 58 seconds.
Not to distract us too much, though, but in my head, I'm just picturing his power just shut off. Like, just at the worst time.
Break the tree, break the tree.
Gosh. All right.
Scott, break the tree.
Still alive here. You know, they had some
Nice,
success
nice.
in the heats, right? Even in the finals.
There's a kid right
So,
here.
kind of
Scott,
back
we need to
and
get 4
forth
kills.
with
Come on, come on.
Electro Oak. They are a team that can definitely hold their own in the early game. Playing into the wonky line. Okay. Definitely appreciate the confidence to go for a tier 1 drop here.
Come on, come on. Scott, we got 25 seconds to get 3 kills. 100. 200. Scott, locking. Go, go, go. Push, people, push.
Tournament. Both of them kind of going their separate ways early on. One team though is you see
25 cracked.
control of that mini
26,
game. That's where
26.
You get a lot of the loot, a lot of the materials.
Scott,
and things like
2 kills.
That. Jump on
100.
Raze and King, not too far away.
Scott,
from
lock in,
their
lock in.
actual drop spot.
4 seconds.
They're immediately kind of basing up at that gas
100.
station on the outskirts.
No! 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 Scott, bro, if you got one more kill, we would have won that, bro. That's crazy. We won!
They do find themselves in a position waiting in the zone. It's not going to be for nothing.
I'm level 83.
Monster plays for Osin and Scare here. All vision on the landscape at the moment. No one in sight though, surprisingly
Okay, you going to
clear.
keep watching?
Yep, I'm watching.
This is just a huge time commitment too, right? To kind of stay back here, especially when the zone's on top of you. Meanwhile, you have Scare inside the latte landing, just full maximizing his loadout right now. You have to think they have like a nice stash somewhere too.
On the ramp in the POI, and normally a team that lands Latte, when the zone does pull away, they take that back launch pad. I call it the long pad. It goes higher, goes further, especially with the effects of the shockwave and the fizz. But with the zone going in their favor, they actually got a few options. They can use the launch pad, they can stay in that long base that they've built. So depending on where the zone continues to pull, it's going to see where their hand pulls. Back on board, Electro and Oak talked about this being a contested fight. Yemity is going to be underneath. Oak has one elimination. I don't see Yemity's teammate anywhere in sight, so this might be a little bit of a 2v1 situation here. But Electro goes in, gets caught down in an instant. Yemity, that is one moment that you actually need. You see him going further and further towards the south side of Wonkyland, possibly toward that reboot or mending machine to try to get control of something.
Yeah, there it is. Looks like he's got the reboot card, so he is big chilling now, and then back onto the offense he goes. You know what? I was given a lot of
Oh, he's
respect
getting
to this
pushed.
team
He's
of
getting
Electro
pushed.
and Oak.
All right, I'm gonna come back.
You know, gotta put respect
I'm
on the
pushing
visual,
Scott.
man. Like that.
Scott, on you, behind you.
Yeah, slides in the box.
Yo, Scott, what's that awareness, bro? You got zero.
Sure that they don't get to touch the reboot, man, but that's a lot of noise being
Bro, Scott,
made.
I think you need to raise your awareness.
This is when HQ encrypted. You see Aoxy and Jojo Fishy in the distance.
Okay, guys.
Right now, a team
And
that
the boyfriend
barely made it
here.
out, able to get the reboot. Looks like they're getting hunted early on. You see him trying to build a path for Avenger
guys
to
on
fall
me?
into. Shots coming in from all directions. Not necessarily sure where he's going, but at least he's going to get down right next to Gemini. So getting that revive is going to be
double
easy.
kill?
100?
Not HQ encrypted. Don't want to let that be a possibility. Immediately
Double kill?
jumping in.
200?
That's 4 more points, Monster. That's one step closer to the summit
Double
land.
Yeah, good read there from HQ2. Encrypted. Just to kind of
100?
wait this one out, being super patient. But once the opportunity presented themselves, they pounce right into the box. And they catch him before it's fully
200?
constructed as well. So I think Ebony's going to have a small lesson learned here to put that metal cone up sooner. Nonetheless, though, still in the game, right? They still have time to play this out.
HQ encrypted now, even with the zone pulling away,
200?
they're just gifted a second option here. Instead of typically
Right.
rotating in, now they're going to be able to use that
200?
wheel. But there goes
Almost 200?
Electro, just making that mistake, overstepping his
Yo, Scott, you need to start
boundaries.
getting more kills.
You
I'm
have
carrying.
2v1, sometimes you just got to play your numbers
Daddy?
as best as possible. Raven and CDZ over towards 4 field. You know, we
Booga, he
did
goes
get to
right.
see them not only qualify to the FNCS Grand Finals, but play in the
100?
Grand Finals as well. They played kind of drop spot roulette, landing at different spots on the map. They were definitely crushing dreams along the way there, and there's another moment as they get a clean elimination on Kale. That's going to be a full wipe because no knock comes into play. But that's a bit of noise that they made as the second team was strolling through 4 fields.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that Raven and CDZ are like right in between, you know, that they got to just learn how to close that gap between where they are and catching up to those tier 1s, right? In Grand Finals, they got a full sample of what it's like to fight a Peterbot and Boyo under the most stressful kind of set lobby settings, you know? And obviously they
100?
came up a
200?
little short, but they're looking sharper than ever right now. Last game they did burn.
Scott, let's secure the win. Let's get so much kills that we secure the win,
Getting really close to that end game, so
so I can watch
pass
in game.
things up. You see a lot of good things continue to develop there. For 20 and Health, this is a team that obviously is off to a very hot start right now. 68 points, kind of leading the charge here for the line.
Scott, full
where
push
you
everyone.
wanna be for your qualifications.
Push
spot.
everyone, Scott. Don't be scared.
Take a look at this. From one fight to the next, it's up to Magma and Sleepsy. Okay, so this is actually a really good team. Raven and CDZ have to be careful here.
Push everyone, Scott. Let's go.
They got that one elimination. I was careful as you think. Slepsy going down. And that was a needed elimination. No
I'm on height, Scott. I'm on height.
CDZ and Raven. With that, they get splashes. They get pizza. That's a huge pick-me-up. And they don't even necessarily have to stay. There's a solo around this part
100,
of the map.
200.
You see Bolton is duo around this part of
Buzz
the map.
Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear.
Can't easily try to disengage. The longer and longer they take, the harder and harder it's going to be to rotate
No,
out
I'm dead.
safely. You kind of see on the outskirts of the minimap, Magma trying to run away. CDZ
200.
Raven hot on the heels, but CDZ takes a monster of a shot. You see that that's doing to their Storm Surge. They were over 100 above. CDZ taking that shot, puts
Booga.
them a 95.
at me.
So continuous fight might be good for the leaderboard and getting points, but depending on how much damage you take, it may not help your case in terms of Storm Surge.
Yeah, I'm thinking now maybe, I was going to say maybe you have to finish this, but they feel differently. They're thinking to themselves, all right, let's not mess around with this storm right here.
Nice, nice,
Just
nice.
get on out.
Scott, up
Keep
there,
punishing
watch
this
out.
material count. Look at how
In the
much
tree, in the tree.
here, playing so
Nice, nice, nice.
aggressively.
Dead.
But the biggest loss here is surely the damage.
Watch
Ooh,
this.
that
Juice roll,
little
juice
bit
roll.
of, leftover loot.
200.
Previous
Nice.
team's pass. That's how it ends up playing out. It's Raven with a side angle. Catches that play before you can even react. On the high ground looking down is Taki and Vert here. The frigid
landing?
fortress in full control right now.
I'm fizzing up.
It's a great spot to be in too.
100.
Suggested amount of duos starting to land in here.
200.
And what I like to see so
100?
far is not only that, but like 2 different zones so far. You know,
Scott,
sometimes
we-
you do
we
see
almost secured the win
tournaments
already.
where 6 games, maybe 3, 4 of them, kind of all go in the same direction. Game 1 goes towards the south. Game 2 looking like it's going towards the north. So really keeping players on the toes.
200?
Vixie, Sky, they rotate
Scott, look
in
up, look up.
towards Wonky Land. You see they
Look
are
up on height. Look up on height. I'm going up to height. I'm going up to height, Scott. Come here, come here.
almost wondering if it was fresh off the reboot or not. Either way, you see them trying
I'm
to
on
look
height.
and figure out
We're on height,
where
we're on
the
height.
enemy had went.
Spray down, spray down.
Back on over toward that mending machine, trying to get as many med kits as possible. If he has any hope on
22.
Sir, I got only getting Avenger.
Scott, I'm dropping, I'm dropping.
Both of them getting out safely to the zone because we're already in the 5th. Where once we go in the
Full
6th
box,
zone,
full box,
he's going to
200.
survive to- He has to act quick.
100.
He has to go now.
200.
There's almost no time left on his clock.
Yeah, it's only gonna get more and more
Another
difficult
kid?
now to kind of stay in the game and end up in a position that's gonna be competitive for yourselves. Looking at this though,
I see a kid.
Shadow, and of course Virgo right now putting pressure onto threats. I don't see
200.
Fear, so this is really bad if you're threats. Obviously, who's underneath. the
Scott, we gotta
surface,
try and get
the
40
lightning
kills
bolts
this game,
coming
alright?
From above here. Pizza in
On our high- on our high
giving
ground.
him some time, but he has no room to go ahead.
200,
and
200.
Temptation's gonna kick in. You're gonna see all that loot right there. Someone's gonna go for it. Of course, Shadow and Virgo want it.
Buzz Lightyear on me, Buzz Lightyear.
Loss right there, and that's almost been the story of threats throughout Major 1 in the entire competition. You don't have one good game followed out by something that is below par. You had 68 points in game number 1, 8th place, 8 elims, and then they fall so far below the curve in this one. But again, 6 games, plenty of time to make up for it. Bucky and Zen, they already did that, you know, already performed.
Scott, go up to height, go up to height. We gotta look for more people.
Elims, and we saw their contested spot in game
On us,
number
on us.
1. It was disengaged. They didn't necessarily fell well in Surge, but look at the difference here. 5th zone, over 300 above that damage threshold. They did get the elimination, so they're already picking up
No,
where they
Scott,
left
kill him. They stole our
I
kill.
was gonna say, keep in mind, you know, this time they got
100.
that elimination. They didn't get tagged up in the early game. Sky loves
200.
the storm. to
Scott,
the
come on,
mid
push.
Zone, and now he finds himself his first elimination there. So that's actually an excellent way to kind of recover his way back into the tournament. Hopefully, he can get the full finish in the siphon there.
Yo, Scott, what are you doing?
Needs
Come on.
that extra HP. Meanwhile, Skittle
I
and
just
Cam
spawned
seeing
in.
them just get their hands dirty
And I
all throughout the
spawned in
tournament
all the
game.
200,
way
200.
over there, the other
Scott, go up the height, go up the height, Scott.
To be in
Another
storm
kid?
is going to end up be pulling
me.
directly on top of them. So some favoritism at play here. Take a look at things though from their sides. Oh, Ravens team's under surge. Rise.
Scott, go up the high ground.
Under surge for a secondary alongside Curly and a few
There's
others
a kid
here.
on me.
Scott, go up the high ground, bro.
Even
It's a better
Diego
move.
Keys here, 122. Really only having minis. I don't really see med kits here, so this one's
No,
going to
fighting.
be a big mountain to climb. potentially out healing. It might be the play.
200.
Potentially it's going to turn on yet again, so maybe not. 1 mini left. They're going to have to go in. Keys tries to make that play happen, but he
200.
instantly gets shut down, making it harder for Diego plays get above the damage threshold. 2 more ticks is all he can take. Less than 14 seconds. Tries to go in. He gets sent right back out of this lobby. So again, back-to-back games where Storm Surge really playing a role and proving that.
Scott, stay high ground. Stay high ground. Tot.
Picking up for that last one. Well
We need
above the
3 more
damage
kills.
threshold this time around and not peeking unless they have to.
Yeah, gotta play smart now, especially since they're doing well with the damage here, so no need to take any risk. And they're actually primed up right now. Plenty of ammo, heals, builds. This is the perfect spot to be in as you're approaching the end game with the 6 overdrive shocks on either of their loadouts. So this is perfect scenario right now to play for a win or at least a top 5.
Yo, Scott, what are you doing?
Top now, you still have Shadow Virgo in the game. You still have Jemini. How did he make it out the storm? I don't know, but I saw him catch an Elam in the V2.
Full box, full box.
Cruising right now. Meanwhile,
Scott, come on, come on.
Zen going for a little bit of high ground here as they make the zone early, and they just didn't learn anything from the last game, did they? 36 builds, and Zen are
Come on.
Zen and Bucky are
Push people, Scott. Don't go up tight. Don't go with the height. Push people.
This is one of those moments where you kind of look at it and it's like, yes, we got high ground, we're up above, and on 10th zone, 11th zone, they were out of build, no choice but to give it
Bro,
up.
Scott, you kind of sold that game, bro. You got barely any kills.
These next couple stages of the game, but they're eventually gonna have to drop down and get an elo.
Bro, you got 3 kills where you need 6 kills. Scott, you got.
12 of them.
Oh my gosh. Scott, you got killed 15 times, bro.
Going to show how active the lobby is. Skittles and Cam, they were above the threshold, but in the next zone, they're going to fall below. And you're seeing their team talking, ping pong back and forth from 12 below.
Yeah, in total from that one game.
130 above to
No.
instantly fall
Yes, from that one game.
below once more.
No, because
they
I
found a
did
couple
not
little
get
tags that
63
have gotten some relief,
eliminations
but you
in
can
one
tell that
game.
it's
No,
not
from that one game.
For Bucky and Zen, I want to see them build some single.
Gotta be aware,
Nah, you got that.
always have to be.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Let's got it! Let's go!
That damage is going to dictate how you're performing. Cam not only taking damage from Storm Surge, but shots from King as well. He's going to get knocked, eventually cleaned up. Skittles now feeling the pain, 89 below the damage threshold. You see him scrambling, trying to find an answer, but 2 more ticks, that's all he can take. There goes Cam, but he's not really able to get anything, not even resources. Peekaboo, he goes down. Eventually, all these moments come to an end here. For King of Craze, though, this is a moment for them to shine. 700 damage above the threshold before it deactivates.
And they're popping off right now. 5 eliminations. They're catching back up as if they were never falling behind on the standings in the first place. Josh and Yamzo need to do the same, but Yamzo is down. So Josh is left to try to clutch this one out by himself right now. I look for other notable players still in the tournament right here. G Monster standing there in the distance as well, but all focus here now. Bringing on to Josh. Storm's coming from behind, bounces back. So he gets a little bit of favoritism here with the zone, and this is going to play out really well because it's going to save him so much material right now. Do keep in mind, he still has shockwaves as well. Shadow and Virgo on the other side. 3 Elans, and things are starting to piece together here as they're playing the ultimate low.
Yeah, Shadow and Virgo's consistency looking insane right now. If they can kind of pick up some Elans here, maybe a first place, really prove that they might be the team to beat. Craze and King trying to do that as well. King picking up his 4th elimination of this game so far, 5th overall, and a bunch of mats that they need as they change layers once more. Going up, staying away from that low ground chaos, because they know at a moment's notice things can turn around, so they're trying to stay ahead of the game. Same thing with Bucky and Zen. We asked the question, 7th zone, is it too early so far for Bucky and Zen? It's not.
Yes, it is. It is too early. Zone 9, 15 builds now. Bucky, they're starting to gas out here. 13 for Zen. They're going to have to use their shockwaves to get their hands dirty here soon. Shadow, Virgo back in the mix on the low ground. Looking for a refresh here. They have a pressure on some duos here on the outsides of the zone. Unfortunately, it doesn't turn into anything just yet. But the rotates look clean. There's bodies everywhere. Meanwhile, Josh is just trying to keep a low profile. He's made it his way into the top 20 right now, so at least you can appreciate that. But this is where the real points start to add up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure here on Josh. Bucky staggering back. Zen is actually down, so Bucky staying on the high ground deep into the zone, trying to get some shots on Scare. Eventually, he's going to have to shockwave in, and that's not going to be a safe journey to the other side. But Josh, with an 18th place in game one, there's a lot of pressure on him to perform. No Iamzo by his side, and you see him quickly running out of resources. But a new team on height, they stolen away from Bucky and Zen at the perfect time. 11th zone, Scare and Osid, and they started this game outside of that top 7 bubble, so this is their moment to shine.
Pretty incredible game from Liam as well. I see him alive down at the front side of the rotate right now. Meanwhile, Josh is working his way up and off those congested layers, but he finds himself with another duo here. Great shot into Liam and Jace, but unfortunately couldn't get enough to find a finish or a follow-up. But still, a top 10 for Josh when he lost the Amzo so long ago is so impressive. Pressure coming in from up top. Here comes Liam and Jace, possibly looking to make the edit down on him.
No, but it's really up to Aiden now. You said it yourself, 11 eliminations. They probably have the most mats in this game as of now, but being spotted out as a solo is not where you want to be. But good thing for him, there's so much chaos going around, including Josh, who's barely surviving on a sliver of HP, simultaneously getting spotted out by high ground Osin and Scare, who dropped down, cleaned up that elimination. 5th place, not bad for Josh, though.
Not bad at all. In top 5 with the deck of cards placed against them for Osid and Scare. They've managed to rocket their way up the standings. They're trying to earn that big 65 points here for placement points if you can get the win. Liam still in the game. This is going to be a massive load of points for them to continue to keep their dominant lead over the lobby so far.
All right, chat. I'm going to be back. I got to use the restroom. I'll be back. All right, chat. Let's play some. Let's play some. Let's play some. Let's play some. In Lokian. In Lokian. In Lokian. In Lokian. Oh, 100 ping? Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work out, man. Hola. Wait, hold on. I can't hear you for some reason. Chat, I'm getting nauseous with steak on it. Chat, I gotta somehow clutch up with 100 ping. I'm not gonna be able to steal any walls. Let me show you my in-game masterclass. 100. 200. 200. 100. God, this is literally a masterclass. That was ticklish for some reason. I don't know why. Chat, I'm taking height, bro. This is my height. I'm Clicks and Higgs. Come on, come on. 100, 100. Full box. 200, 200. 200. 200. 200. 200. 200. Chat, we need to rotate. We need to rotate. Let's go. Let's go. Chat, why are we kind of moving? Shopping height. Shopping height. $200. 200. 100. 200. Let's go! Chat, I already got my celebration ready. Got my celebration ready right now. Six, 7. Aura. 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 That was Aura right there. Unreal number 6-2. I can't believe there's people who are Unreal. Like 20 something. Number 6, 7. Ew, we're not buying the Thunder, bro. What? Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Stay alive. 200. Let him move, let him move! Up. Barutaro, barabari, barute, 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 barute. Chat, is that aura music? Barute, barute. Barutaro de barutaro pere barute 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 de. Yo, chat, why do I actually sound like it? I actually sound like the aura funk music. Full box, 100. Are we actually serious? He didn't even shoot a shotgun once. I say that this game is rigged. $200. Yeah, don't ever cheat again. Throw this down. Get this. Look in. 3, 2, 1, go. It didn't edit. That was my music, by the way, chat. I'm actually a music creator. Most of y'all don't know that, but I actually make music. Are we actually serious? Full box. Pop 4 of these. Bang, we're set up. 200. Full box. Get in, get in. Chop, 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 chop. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. No! Chat, I actually almost survived that, by the way. No, we cannot let that anonymous kid win. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Come on, come on. Oh, wait, serious? How did you get that shot, bro? Yeah, bud. Yeah, bud. $200. Chat, watch this. Yo, I'm about to be very angry, chat. Holy weirdo. Bro, he just keeps going. Like 200, 200. We need him banned. We need him banned now. Come on, kill bud. Mine, by the way. Go. Pop, pop, pop. Yo, they're on 0. Bro, they're on 0, man. Like, what am I supposed to do, you know? Come here. On it. 200. Who's Joga? This kid. Bonito. We're done with this, bud. We're done. We're done. We're done. Oh. What's the next Fortnite game?
Edge of zoned over towards Scribbly, and we're already in the 5th. So it's going to be 2 take of damage per second you stay in the storm, and if they're here when the 6th zone pops, it's going to be 5 damage.
Oh, look at that. That timing, though, is because the reboot van went off right as they were going to that blob just to make the rotates. Just ends up working out. Good timing. You have Cam and Skittler. Little high ground position here for Elims. We saw them get those early Elims off their drop spot. Clearly it's paid into their benefit now. You have some decent damage. Bucky and Zen on the other side. How's it looking for the boys? keeping it interesting for us as they continue to fight right. Ooh, pressure's on though. It's cost them a lot of heals here. So clearly the rotates not the cleanest.
Yeah, like I said, 3 different zones so far. That's got to be a blessing. One going all the way towards the south of the eastern lean. Last game we had the north. This time we got a little bit towards the southwest. Zen and Bucky again, 200 above the damage threshold, but you see empty item slots, far pulls. Bucky getting dropped down to 28 HP. And as the next zone does appear, you see the Stormshooters threshold. They're now 240 below. They're going to end up on the stack side of the zone, so there is going to be chances, but those chances are going to come with its own risk.
Yeah, I like what they did though, using the shockwaves to get up and over the mountain to save as much material as possible. I mean, they're already light, but you just have this team on height right here with the perfect view down. They have to do something about this, either contest them or something. You can't keep letting them shoot for free like this.
You already see a team of the third party too as they inch closer and closer to Mason and Aiden. In the distance, they see it. They could try to fire shots in that direction. Even if they bleed shot through, that is success for other teams in this lobby. But Bucky and Zen, they are on a clock. Aiden and Mason on the other side, they're 566 above the damage threshold. They don't need this fight, but they might not necessarily have a choice because now Storm Surge is active. Every 7 seconds, 25 damage. Bucky and Zen are on a clock, but there goes a good beam coming out from Bucky, but they're still below that threshold.
That was a sick lineup right there, but couldn't get enough damage. Just 130 below now. They still have overdrives. Into the box they go. And they're fully committing here onto Mason. Just missed one of the more important shots, but they get the follow-up there. And all of a sudden now they are back in the game and they catch Mason before he can actually stop and heal. So they will also get rewarded with a pizza box to talk about the most optimal loot you could have found in a situation here.
It's just unfortunate for Bucky and Zen. Another far pull does not get any easier. They instantly have to open up, shockwave out. You see when it comes to the heals, they're at the bare minimum. They had to use most of that pizza just to get their HP and shield up for this rotation. Osid, Scare coming off a big win, 139 points so far on that leaderboard, but they're barely above themselves. Yes, 19 players do need to go down. If you have the heals, you can out-heal it, but that's not going to be the case here for Osid and Scare.
Yeah, look at this. The rotate has to come down and over. I like that play. Knows that he can't stay exposed for too long.
We got ourselves
Still,
some.
they got to hunt for much more damage. Meanwhile, they find Bobby here.
So we got ourselves. Oh my gosh, it's getting hot.
No.
Holy, let me take off my hoodie.
Even after all that damage they found onto Bobby was not enough to obviously alleviate the full damage of the surge here. Scare's still solo right now, 37 below. Finds Taki in the storm, tries to do the same thing to him, but Taki playing a little bit sharper. The lobby turns in, down he goes. Taki
we
gets
are here,
rewarded
chat.
with the points there too.
It's just tough. Even though he does get the elim, the points, can clean up the loot, doesn't mean his position's any better. Stuck inside of the zone and a max pull on top of that.
All right, chat, let's watch Yamzo and Josh Riley.
Again, back-to-back games where they're over 500 damage above the threshold. They land at the top of the mountain, so they don't have very many off-spawn opportunities. They have to get their damage while rotating all the way down to Riptides. Not gonna be the easiest thing in the world.
Chat, let's see this.
But they're figuring out a way to make it work.
Chat, let's see
Threats
what
as well. You've seen a whole different show from him coming in this game. Instead of down surge, they're 700 above. And you're really seeing a lot of the teams that we saw in either previous games.
Doubles back to his base for now. From each side, just gonna play this one out as a solo for here. Oh yeah, look, Zen's name way off to the west side here. So they're on two opposite sides right now. It's gonna be super important for Zen right now to try to hit these shots here. That's gonna keep him in the game. He gets one though. That's a huge moment of relief here.
Bro, it doesn't say what place
even if he falls, even if he could just do enough damage for Bucky, that's gonna be the difference. That's gonna allow Bucky to have some time to build a runway for himself. 7 players have to fall now. This is crazy.
Brings a whole new
what game is
meaning
this?
to living life on the edge right now.
Dude,
oh,
they're all dead.
Peaks on over. Good damage
Everybody,
as well.
Bucky's
just really
dead.
needs
Josh
elimination
Riley
here for the siphon, or to find a pile of loot that somebody did left behind. That one's
Josh Riley's not dead yet.
Rise Curly, 1,200 damage above the threshold. Curly having 3 eliminations here, and we're now in the top 23, which means placement points with every team that does go down are going to fly in at a rapid pace.
All right, so they gave me a whole thing that looks like
they kind of got blessed a little bit on down this rotation. Multiple teams gonna have to use those shockwaves to get up and over them, including Bucky, who loses Zen along the way. So there's a lot of pressure on him to perform.
Chat,
They
we're
made up for their
literally
blunders in
going to
game one with a Zen clutch, but now Bucky's gonna have to share that
at the
role.
same time that I'm seeing.
You see the pressure starting to kick in there. A couple missed edits.
All right, so we got our
Missed
stake right
builds
there.
for Bucky. Virgo left to clutch this one up by
Our-
himself as well. I saw
whatever that
Shadow
is right
fall
here.
there.
Our
Zen's
kingdom.
down, Bucky's down now.
All right, chat, here's
They're
what I'm
gonna
thinking.
finish.
This
just
stake's good.
outside
We
the big
save
placement
the
points
stake
here,
until we're
22nd
once we're
for
done with our chip.
Virgo playing the cone here. He still has plenty to work with. He's in a much better position to try to clutch this one up. Golden and Ozone, this is the second time now they've actually gone for height. This time,
Ow!
they're actually successful up top. They're at 112 points. Keep in mind, with Scare and Ocean out the game, too, that's the second
back, chat.
place coming into this is down and out. So that's going to start crunching down the numbers on the standings here.
Second out of the game, fourth place separated, fifth place having struggles. Yeah, Amto's down again. You said it yourself. So Josh, outside of the top 20, forced to have back-to-back games with a solo clutch. New player for Elite Esports, and really now it's time to earn that respect that you deserve. Virgo as well, flying through third place on the leaderboard. Big shots going to land, but not enough to actually get the elimination. But he's not getting greedy here, Monster. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, you know, other players would stay there, try to go toe-to-toe and take the fight, but he wants to play some points. He's trying to play a smart. Eoxy dips into the storm, trying to do the same thing. Liam is just looking to stay alive right now. Liam is clutching up game after game. He did it last round. He's doing it once again. Little zone on his side here to go and push him right back into the other side.
Bro, this place made the queso the hottest I think I've ever seen queso before.
These builds, most of them are
and
his.
bro, it literally landed right on the part of my
stuck in the middle
finger where
Down
my
he
skin
goes,
got
top 15.
chunked off
Josh
because
is
I was like building.
in the same position now, two teams right above him.
Chat, bro, I was actually injured.
Cam's
I'm actually
going for high,
injured really bad,
Skittles
chat.
going for a
Oh
high,
my
with holding it O-zones for a little bit until Cam slams him out of the lobby, gets the elimination, and now they've taken the high ground. 154 points and counting. They have 8 eliminations here. I'm not sure how many teams down below are going to be brave enough to try to contest up above. You see Rise, you see
my gosh, this
Dragon.
queso's good.
Virgo finally goes down. He was a solo. That's Chimp and Liam who actually clean up that elimination.
Oh, this queso tastes like
Crazy one as
straight up
well,
cheese.
But Josh is still running wild, 44 HP. He has a dream right now, Monster, and he is dreaming big. Hopefully it doesn't become a nightmare, but he continues to go up different layers here. That's going to put him in the limelight for high ground, instantly gets shot back down low. He has to hide behind this build. That's a whole nother team on the other side, but nobody's peeking. Josh finds recycled builds that is his own. A big shot on Aox, but it gets stolen. Skittles steals away the
Yo, Skittles just stole his...
Oh my gosh, that would have been healing for him, but look at this. Josh does end up getting some late siphon there from something else.
So angry, bro.
Josh is making the biggest plays of his career right now. This is going to potentially send him to land. You know, it's the difference right now. Clutching up in moments like this, when you have such a long way to go. All these teams are jumping in with have a monstrous amount of elims, though. This is going to shake up the standings through to the end. 180 points now for Cam and Skittles. They have jumped themselves into a whole new atmosphere here. And they still have a lot left in the tank.
Yeah, and this is after this one's over. It's going to be the halfway point, so you got to be
No,
smiling
Bucky
ear
and
to ear,
Zen are out
knowing
of the
that you
spotlight,
have
bro.
a little bit more control over your destiny. Scam dropping all the extra heals to Skittles, saying, hey, if this comes down to a heal off, you are going to be the guy. You've taken less storm damage, or hopefully they calculated it correctly, so Cam will be the one to drop down low, play Disruptor if it does come down to it. Craze and King also underneath, but they're that ultimate low team, and they have some extra build. They're kind of hoping and praying that this zone doesn't pull them over a mountain.
That's kind of crazy, you know, coming into this game, we saw Dragon with no eliminations, no points, nothing earned. All of a sudden now he finds himself inside the top 5. This is the kind of performance you are looking for. This is the one that you're hoping you can find for the next couple of games to send yourself to the land. Corvina jumps in, unfortunately couldn't quite get it. It's Cam and Skittles. Their timing is just too good right now, and they're tracking right through the builds here. And look, now down to just 5 mats here, finds a down body, wants to get the finish. They get rewarded with that as well. This is easily becoming the biggest game I think we've seen over the course of the last few weeks. Cam's waiting for Dragon to make the edit. Dragon stuck in the box. Cam falls to the storm, and this can actually give the siphon away. So Skittles has to dip off, try to play for the heal off here. Sorry, King there, and Dragon's trying to do the same. Both sides have heals here, Jacob. This can go either way, but it should be Skittles who wins this one here and now, and it will be in the end.
Oh, wait a second. Skittles
No,
made
you're
it.
right. No, you're
Oh my
right.
gosh.
It all depends on
Okay.
the goal. The king has been there for a while. He's getting storm sickness.
Okay.
The instant elimination.
Let's go.
comes in.
Skittles won, bro.
I was doing my math
I'm
too.
not
I had to
cheering for
calculate
Skittles, but
everything going on. That
go, it's not
feeling
King
of
Lou.
deja vu was there, but Skittles is able to clutch up at the end of the day. That's gonna be a big win and a huge boost of confidence.
You have to do what you have to do to get those wins there. And I was thinking to myself, wait, is my math off? Like, both sides are healing now. But Skittles did do enough in the end there. And, you know, these are teams that needed those points. So game 3 now is wraps there, Zeke.
Did I see that right? Did I see a little 12 elimination game pop up here in game number 3 right now? What the heck are we doing here? Oh my gosh, Cam Slam and Skittles. What the heck? And they're doing the patented Jacob PR. That's why we're gonna name this the Jacob PR. Pay to win situation there with the vending machines. This was a joke. That's crazy. I cannot believe, and as Jacob himself called out right now, to do that here halfway through, big boost of confidence right now. Dude, 12 elim BR. Kelly, what the heck?
I wonder if the PR stands for payroll. The Jacob payroll right now, it definitely seems to be the play. And there was actually a moment there where we were looking at the high ground team of Cam and Skittles, and they were dropping heals, which is what we typically see when it comes down to the final few teams. But I also saw him drop gold. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
doing
like,
Josh
"Oh,
Allen. We
that's
need
funny.
that."
What a misclick. But no, it was on purpose that he was dropping gold because they knew that this was probably going to come down to a heal off. But honestly, even beyond the heal off, Cam Slam and Skittles played that high ground steal so well. As we watched it, Vivid was like, he just got slammed. And for me, I was like, oh, they're going to win the game. That's it.
Yeah, he'll also becoming a little bit more prevalent here in the second chance qualifier. And I mean, just big shout out to these guys because it just looked like the elims couldn't stop here. And you saw Cam there towards the end as well, dropping down, trying to pick up as many elims as possibly can because he was fully confident in the ability of Skittles to go ahead and win that heal up. Now, no spoilers, but Skittles and Cam came into that game in the 8th place spot. I cannot wait to see how they shook things up with that win right there.
Well, ask and you shall receive it because it's time to look at the standings after this short break.
Oh.
Don't you go anywhere. Halfway through the See, you already knew what I was doing. We'll be right back. You already knew. You already knew what I was doing. We'll be right back.
Good drink.
Okay, so we're back. That's right. It's time to look at the standings because, as Vivid said, right before this break, Skills and Cam got themselves a pretty big W. VR with 12 eliminations. Where do they end? It's at the top of the leaderboard. Up 7 places.
Dang.
Guys, we have 3 more games to go. That, Kelly, could have very well been the run they needed to secure themselves a qualification spot.
It's definitely possible. I think that they probably should earn just a few more points, just in case, you know, yeah, just a little bit, because we got 3 more games to go. What's a handful more points, especially if we see another game out of Skittles and Cam like we did from game number 3. But for me, another big jump up right there. We have to talk about King Aling and Craze. We know this as an explosive duo, and they definitely were turning things up on the low ground today.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually see it. I do want to talk about the leaderboard in general. Obviously, our top 2 standers up there, Skittle and Cam, and then Liam and Jace, they've got a pretty surmountable lead. Look how close everything is after we are now halfway through this. 3rd through 10th place is only separated right now by 28 points. So we have an extremely volatile leaderboard here, and one of the duos that's kind of keeping themselves around that 10th place spot. I'm sure they're probably feeling a little bit nervous right now. It's going to be Josh and Iamzo. You can see they did go up 1 place right there. They are going to be in 9th place, but you know, once again, they want to be in that top 7. But it kind of feels like all of these teams that are kind of like
if Josh and Iamzo
I
don't
would
qual,
say
I'm
like
looking.
11 are so close to top 7 that they're basically top 7 still.
Oof, Josh, though, in another solo clutch situation for game number 3, definitely not wanting to be here halfway through the tournament right now. The Iamzo and Josh do so well on this mid ground and the low ground when they are able to stay together, but I do have to give Josh props. I'm not quite certain when Iamzo went down, but Josh definitely garnered them a lot of points just by staying alive, playing it really smart, really patiently.
I mean, dude,
Trav,
that's what we gotta do,
I'm buzzing.
right? Like, every single one of these points matter, and like you called out, Kelly, being halfway through, that's only adding more pressure, right? You gotta think like, oh man, if we make a single mistake, this leaderboard, like we call it, that's still so close together. If you fall early, you're gonna have to watch all of them start to continue to get points and move that much further ahead of you. Scary stuff. But as we turn back to those standings, though, as well, wanted to highlight Liam and Jace here. These guys are performing so well. Obviously, the first 2 games had some crazy performances. Even in this game, a top 15 with 2 eliminations. You know, even managing to, like, piece together a top 15 when you're kind of like, your backs are against the wall, maybe things don't quite go your way. That's a positive sign from the duo. So I'm excited to see them kind of showing, like, hey, even in these high-pressure situations, we can still perform.
No, you're calling it out exactly right. We already saw such great games, a 1st and a 2nd place coming out of them. Right now, they just need to make sure that they're making it to the end game. I don't think that they really need to try and push for another high ground take or a bunch of eliminations. They just need to play some standard Fortnite with 191 points under their belt right now. They would essentially just need around, 60, maybe 70 points to be confident to go to Dusseldorf. So, Vivid, I definitely think that it is possible for them. But we do also see a lot of jump downs from some of our bigger teams. Scare and Osid going down 4 placements. Bucky and Zen on that 10th place spot as well.
I don't ever want to hear
would love to
K-pop
see
Demon
some
Hunter
changes.
hate again.
Maybe Bucky and Zen,
like,
for
K-pop
me,
Demon
it
Hunter
definitely seems like I'm watching Clicks and Higgs go again for the grand finals. They're taking these early ground high games, and then obviously when they're below Storm and they're struggling a little bit, it just reflects that much more that they're not able to hold high ground and make it all the way to the very end. So I would just love to see a little bit of a change when it comes to Zen and Bucky, maybe not going for high ground early and kind of backing off and going for the mid ground instead.
Yeah, kind of running back their game number 1, right? We kind of tune in with them. They were in 7th or 8th zone. They were below Surge. Kind of the similar story there in game number 3. The only thing that ended up being different was in game 1, they were able to clutch up. They were able to find that damage that they needed. Game number 3, they could not do that. So definitely need to approach Storm Surge maybe a little bit differently, so that way they could consistently, you know, find themselves in 7th and 8th zone, feeling a little bit more comfortable, and we could probably see them back up on height.
All right, guys, halfway through the competition, 3 games left to go, and we can only continue the dream to the summit if we end in the top 7. Now more than ever, these duos have to make sure they're minimizing these little mistakes or doing everything they can to get every single little point. Here we go. Jacob, MDF, take it away.
I think they're hitting the nail right on the head, Monsters, showing how close the tournament actually is. Vivid said 3rd through 10th place is a mere 28, 38 or so points, and that's where it really gets interesting because we've already seen heats, we've already seen finals positions, we've already seen so much get decided by 4 or less eliminations, and I think today is going to be no different.
Yeah, and the elims are definitely the most important part here. 4 points is nothing to overlook. So with game number 4 here, let's see how it plays out.
Game 4, the second half of the day. If you want to go to the Major 1 Summit land, you have to start to hit the ground running. And this is where this zone, we've already seen 3 so far, 1 towards the north, 1 towards the southeast, and 1 towards the southwest, a little bit towards Squibbly Shores. And this is where, if you're one of those teams that gets the zone 2 full in your favor, you really have to make those games count. Unless you're Liam and Jace so far, where every game for them is counted.
Well, it's kind of interesting for Liam and Jace. You know, they're in a position I feel like they've never been in before. Late into a tournament, so much on the line as far as their qualification is concerned, and they need to get one big pop-off game. They're still a long way from where they are right now and technically qualifying as great as they look on the standings. So this is going to be a question of, can they perform under pressure at this point, as are some of the other teams. You know, when we were looking at that top 10, 7 points is 130. 10th was like 122 or something like that. Like, it was very, very close. So this competition is 2 elims spread between where you are right now and your land spot, right? So there's no one safe right now.
Yeah, essentially from the top 15, 1 victory royale can kind of put you inside of that bubble. Rise and Curly, they've had some contested off spawns. They've had players lurk their way in. This time around, it is going to be a little bit more uncontested as before. So they're going to be able to loot up. There's a lot of barrels, free shields. They're just on the north side of the map. So hopefully this game maybe continues the trend. If the last 2 have been towards the south, this one hopefully pulls towards the north for a lot of those teams. Bucky and Zen, Sandy Strip. It is going to be contested, and each and every game, you've kind of seen a different way of playing this play out. Game 1, they tried to fight it, they disengaged. Game 2, they fight it, they won. Game 3, they kind of did this same strategy, and it was able to carry them long and far into that last game. It's just Storm Surge. They ended up in a bad position, taking height a little bit too early. It really did cost them everything.
Yeah, definitely cost them a ton that round. Yamzo and Josh made the best that they could with the last game as well. At least they earned themselves some big points. They kind of really fought their way in an uphill battle after kind of failing themselves in game number 1. Talk about that north zone though. It doesn't get more north than this. Half the zone's in the water. There you have it.
Gotta be careful for the other teams on the mountain. Don't take free shots. Mason and Aiden, 122 points. Don't want to have things slowing down with going down here, but Symbol of Fear is able to get the first drop on the 1. The overstays is welcome, hopping over that cover. He's going to go down, and it does look like Aiden and Mason are going to be able to solidify both of those eliminations. More so Aiden saving the day, but Mason getting some good damage from 122 to 130 thanks to those early game eliminations.
Huge clutch right there to keep them in the game. Massive performance right there. Chris and Drew doing what they do in the early game right now. They have a down body. Goes the finish. His teammate tries to put up some defense there, but just doesn't have enough offense to go ahead and change the circumstance, if you will.
Not necessarily going on the chase just yet. They heard the shockwaves. They saw the direction in which he went in. It's just a matter of if they want to go on a wild goose chase for just 1 elimination, especially since Evan and Pure are both up together. And Evan and Pure is an interesting team. Evan already Central. Pure actually played the latest FNCS on West, getting the second chance, coming on over to Central, and hopefully kind of make it up for it. See how this one continues with 3 games left. Half a tournament, they can easily make up for it, just like CDZ and Raven here, but 28 or so points, they're going to need to get eliminations. Luckily for them, they're not scared of fights. A lot of the times you saw CDZ and Raven, not only in finals, but here today, they're ready to take any fight. It's just about winning those fights that has been the difference.
Yeah, last game was definitely their most successful, so they finally at least got some footing here on the tournament standings, but definitely a long way to go.
Yep. No? Oh, alright. Okay. I need to get trash out. Give me a second. It was like none. Time to go deliver the trash. Hey. Hey. Chat, hold on. Restarting Fortnite so it can get lower ping, hopefully. Alright, chat, how much ping? 40, alright, that's not too good. The final. Regrets I had it, dear. Done, done, done. Chat, we're practicing with current day loot. Do you have the auto shoot one? Alright, I'm just gonna get this one instead. Dun dun dun. I'm done, done, done. Oh wait, chat, that was Aura. Oh! Oh, I want that rifle, boy. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that, bro. Come to me, bro. I'm literally stealing that. Did he buy that? He bought that. It was so bad. Hopefully you saved it. Bro, why would he buy a weapon? And they couldn't, the game didn't even get him the good one either. Oh, this is kind of mid. Coming back, what's good? What's back is not. Guys, he saved it. We're good. I only got 2. Brother. Like, dun. Hundreds don't lie. Dun dun dun. Bro, no visual sound effect. Bro, why are my teammates such wimps? Why'd they leave? Let me up. Bro. Oh. All right, chat.